have green. Give it a wee moment. And I'll now declare, but this is a first session of Rescue at Raxis. Last time, big battle. Big exhibition battle, along with a fancy party continuing. The party made a few chatterings, found out a few things about each other. Not the party, they'd never fucking interact personally, but about other people that they met. Then they fought on a couple of boats in a coliseum. Again, that was an incredible find of map. And they won. With Castalia managing to down the dancer, which was the prize. Like they said, in previous times, it was just a rescue, but that wasn't as exciting, so they made it a fight instead. And now, well, the boat's still rocking. There is applause and laughter from the audience. Everyone's gathering their breath, and slowly the crowd are filtering out. The water is being very slowly drained, and a few people and a few staff are coming out in paddle boats.
I feel like Rain should roll perception.
No, Rain isn't paying attention because she's being very nice and she prestidigitates Tall Green because that poor man is a sopping wet mess.
Yeah, it takes several prestidigitations to get him fully dry. He helps by opening up his boots and just pouring them out.
There's a fish falls out of the left one. Yeah. For some reason. Yeah.
I just kind of look at him and I go, "Are you sure you weren't feeling more at home in the?"
My lady, I am a wood elf, partially, but today I have learned to be like my sea-bound brethren. That was an embarrassment, and his head falls into his hand.
It could always be worse.
Could it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As I point... Well, yes, as I point to Rain.
I mean, she does not live here. I do. I was around peers. I was around subordinates.
You could have been him, I pointed at Zarzul.
Again.
I think Sasu might actually have gone up in prestige.
Yeah, he did.
To the kobolds, but he's also the one that actually fell and I had to pick him up in the middle of the battle.
He's also the one who pushed around a Dragonborn.
And then got walloped. Yes, it's just,
died.
I'm just, as he closes, I'm just picturing maybe a month or two, maybe even a next week or less. I will be put in command of several fresh knights or mercenaries, and all I hear is, overboard, the moment I turn my back.
That's unfortunately probably going to happen. I do apologize.
Yes, it could have been worse. I am having great difficulty thinking how, though.
You could have been knocked out in the water.
Either way, I'm glad to be off this boat. Well, I'll be glad to be off this boat. Malgern, beside you sits Ushane, who's got this sort of weird smile underneath his beard as he just looks around, sort of distracted by the nighttime sky.
Mm-hmm.
The sun is starting to set.
The brain damage to it.
And I can just picture a lightning bug going in one ear and out the other. He's still smiling.
Just wringing out his beard for a bit. If you ever want a tip on how to swing a hammer, just ask me. I'm great at this.
I'm not going to acknowledge that.
I look at Tall Green and I point at Ushane.
I'm not going to be
go,
grumpy,
but
but
I...
Oi! 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 He gets up and starts to follow you, Malgern. Oi! Oi!
I got you.
Oi!
What?
I was offering you my help.
Yes, you've helped quite enough.
And you need it. Look at you.
I don't need any help.
You swung that axe like an elf. That was embarrassing for the both of us.
Do I still have the great axe?
Yeah.
I swing it at Ushane.
You
Fuck
miss.
me!
You see what I mean? You've got to fucking straighten out your back, broaden your fucking shoulders, because you're not some wee knife-ear twit. And then you really follow through on the swing. Get it here, I'll show you.
I kind of nod sarcastic. I give him the axe.
Doesn't want to put up a fight this time.
I just want this. I want this behind me. Malgern is so done. He's just like, whatever. If I give him what he wants, maybe he'll fucking leave.
Yeah, good. Now watch. I'll show you how to do this. Aye, on this bit, as he points a bit of a banister right near Tallgreen's head, and just perfectly puts it down between him and Rain.
I jumped 50 feet.
Now you see what I was doing there. Strong, straight back, big shoulders, full follow through. There you go. Maybe one day you can be as good as I am. Just practice like that.
I'd like to point out as that flew by, because since I was nearby it,
Yeah.
and the alias instinctively tried to put up shields, but it does not have actually any spell power left. Just a few crackles and pops from his
You
head.
just instinctively go for shield, and it's just like, puh.
You also hear from Tallgreen.
I just look at Tall Green and I say, I think we need a drink.
Malgern will take the axe, and he'll just kind of look at her shit. Yes, sarcastically, yes, maybe one day.
Tallgreen scoots his way, not getting up, just scoots one leg out, dragging himself past Cornelius and over to Rain.
Ugh.
Oh, hell.
Ushane gives you a big whack on the shoulder, Malgern. Anyway, let's go get a fucking drink.
That's the smartest thing you've said all day.
And then he jumps off the boat.
Alright.
Several of
I
the
just
people
made-
in the paddle boat who are coming to collect you guys are now disturbed and getting tossed around by the impact. Because of course he cannonballs.
Does the boat have a hole in it now?
No, but the water does for a
It
moment.
holds. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay.
He just
I thought
fucking
he, like-
plummeted.
Oh, I thought he tried to land on the boat, and I was like, did he go straight through?
You know,
Zarzul, you were picked up by the people in the rowboat.
just wanted
Okay.
to just want to point out here, he suddenly has a sunnier disposition than the last time we met him.
Probably all the brain damage.
Maybe.
Ignorance is
Hit him on
bliss.
the head again.
It's better than him running around shouting, "You're a shit."
Is it?
I don't want to openly agree with Rain, but she has a point.
So you agree with the skeleton then?
It's just a natural evolution of a character arc at this point.
But yeah, Zarzul, you are picked up by some helpful servants, and fluffy towels are brought, buffeting up your snout.
Excellent.
Excellent work here. You did amazingly.
Thank you. I wish it could have gone slightly better, but still, it was great fun.
Yeah, and your side won as well, and you gave him a shove. No one's ever really pushed for champion before.
It may not have done much, but still, it was something.
And when he sees you in the boat, he calls out, "I am sorry for hitting you that hard, little bro."
No worries, friend. It is good. Let
Before
us
he-
have a drink together later.
He doesn't hear that bit as he turns back to Rain. Sometimes I don't know my own strength.
It happens. It happens. That won't be the first time. Or last.
So that suit comes off, right?
Yes, it does.
I'll be pleased to
not
see what's
lying.
underneath. Let's go get a drink. Patience,
Yeah.
meanwhile...
Everything it comes off.
Cornelius, you know you're being stared at by Patience from across the deck. She's just sitting there against the banister. Not
That's-
quite eyes narrowed, but it's hard to tell her expression. And just the hands are
just
clasped
gotta-
together.
Yeah. Just gotta walk up here, so... Well, good fight.
Could have gone better.
Very well. Oh, yes, but... I suppose that's how it is with a competition. One has to win and one has to lose.
I won't be a sore loser on this, but I almost had you all. I hope that was tiring to perform that counterspell. Keep in mind you're speaking to a lady. It would help, to be honest, but it was tiring to do a counterspell.
What exactly was it you were casting? Just out of curiosity. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to notice your weaving.
A tidal wave. I was going to wash you all off the side.
Ah. Clever move.
Yes, I certainly thought so, but then it did not get to happen. Bravo. Mr. Scent. And she pushes past you, but you also feel a couple of fingertips on the beard. Well, and the scruff he's developing. Because I think he was properly shaved for a while.
Yeah, it's not the same like as the picture shows
Yeah.
there. That's an old like I imagine that's the
portrait.
like I explained. Yeah, that's the portrait from a long time ago. It's why he's never had a portrait ever since. He does not like the look of the smile.
I just love to imagine, but he's the kind of guy where if he shaves, it's like 20 years are gone from his face. It's just a baby cheek.
Yeah.
And then we have Castalia up there with the fire dancer.
Well, I offer my hand and help her up.
Oh, you're a little bit quiet again.
That was just me being quiet.
Okay.
I offer my hand and help her up.
Well, I haven't had an apprentice before, but you've
I am
interested me now. Although we'll have to do something with the rest of your care. These hands are starting to look like workman's hands.
I look down at my hands and a little self-conscious.
And they just look like normal hands. It's not like you're full of calluses or anything. But you can look at hers and see that, the nails are longer than practical and painted. There's all kinds of jingling, jangling jewelry connecting them together. So yours are just entirely practical, normal hands. There's nothing wrong about them. Then also your posture, yes, maybe do something with the hair. There's a lot of adjustments we can make over time. But for now, yes, you moved well, you fought well. Perhaps fought too well. It's just fascinating that you are wearing the... Well, I've heard you've been wearing the colors of Sashish.
As I've said, I do want to see the outfit return to its original owner.
I've known her for years. She would not, provided you did not take it from her directly, I don't think she'd mind too much to have someone wear it for a while. She had several.
That is interesting, actually. Are you still in contact with her?
We've met several times a year, but I have not seen her since the spring festival in Catalai, yes. We danced together with a few of the other girls in the square. Beautiful party. Her husband, a bore, but also a lovely man. It's hard to enjoy someone who is that violently aggressive and cruel to poetry.
Yes.
He is of a beautiful heart, but you think, how can someone be that savage and violatory on such an art?
It is of him that I would like to speak to her about.
Oh?
He has...
I see. That is terrible. She, like, the way she says it doesn't really convey it, but you can see in the face, like, a bit of a crack. Those two are always together, like, we joked that she was in chains when they met, and they're still chains now, but it's just attached to rings. And she was not present there.
Hmm.
There's a question mark on the end of that.
No, we did not find her there.
And she asks, of course, all the details on what you saw. And I'm sure you probably avoid mentioning how Rena was picking over a man's corpse like a vulture.
Yeah.
Why
Or
would
was
Rain
that,
do
was
that?
that was that the one that was being thrown at by giants?
Yeah, it was the wagon that had been completely fucked by those ballista bolts. Although it was quite a
Was it?
distance
I thought
from their range.
Ah,
Was it? I thought it was the one that was before that.
It was before that. As I'm pointing out, it had several ballista bolts through it, but it made it much further along the road.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Because I was like, we weren't being attacked when we went through it.
He was also dead, not because of ballista bolts.
Right.
Yeah.
And there were things like the horses had been cut free. Yes, well, Well, let us get off this boat. Forlikins, and then it's said lowly, but then there's this big fucking whoosh of air as this horrendous monster just gallops and, sort of skips around like a sparrow across the deck between you all.
Ah,
Darling little creature. So, I'll see you in the changing rooms, and then we can converse a bit more. I don't like to take a boat around.
Understandable. I'll see you in the changing rooms.
And off she goes. Congrats, watching the thing fly away. Oh, that puts the shivers up me.
yeah, I gotta admit, I prefer those creatures more dead than alive.
Oh no, it's not the creature that's the problem. It's the idea of getting up there so high. Whew.
Let's see. I chuckle a little as I go to his side. Oh, come now. You certainly flew up against the Oni quite well.
Oh yeah, that was pursuing a target, and I was being goaded on by you. Who wouldn't keep going? But it's just, whew. Sitting on that thing with the wings beating. Oh, that's making my stomach churn a bit. Also, bloody hells, look at you.
Well, you did wonderfully.
Oh, you did better. You had the spotlight for a bit there. The rest of us were just poking around on this lot. He makes sure to, be a little bit sort of snarky at that bit as he looks across at Salamez. Who is, for all the hugeness of Congrats, Salamez is just bigger in all ways. Even his shine is brighter. Also, he lays hands on Castalia, so she's healed.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was... I didn't get to see the whole thing, but the twirling about you two did. Dizzying. Inspirational. Got a few ideas for tonight. Now,
I look forward to trying them out.
I breathe fire, and already I'm getting a bit... Alright, let's just get going. Let's get going. And so, one by one, you're helped into the various paddle boats and drifted away, and then it's back to the rooms where you were picking your armor, but now there is a heat in the air. There is a condensation on the walls. Hot baths have been drawn, because some of you are prestidigitation. The party will still be going onwards for a few more hours, but please take your time to relax, rest those muscles, and then join us again. I assure you, with that performance, you'll all be the center of attention once you step inside. And I'm sure, Cornelius, you're the one who is dismayed to see it is not separated.
Oh.
There are a few private rooms, but everyone marches into the same chamber. And it is just heat and potent perfumes. Luckily, there's no staff there with a scrub-a-dub. But it's just a chance to sit down and luxuriate.
What kind of baths are they? Are they made out of porcelain or metal, or are they just wood?
The big main one is just a recess of marble. And there's a few stone tubs. But they've been beautiful. I mean, Malgern can tell. They have been dwarvenly carved. So you know,
good
water
enough.
has never escaped these. Ushane is already floating like a corpse in the center one. Arms spread out. Little fun.
Wait. He's floating like a corpse, so he's face down in the water.
Yeah.
Does he look alive? Can't he's floating like a corpse. Can I tell that he's alive?
Roll me nature with advantage because he's a dwarf.
Okay, because this could be my moment, man.
You're gonna hold him under.
He looks alive, but you don't know when he stepped in and how long he can hold his breath.
Damn, so close. It's not
Patience
Malgern's
might be
lucky
enough.
day. Yeah. I mean, he is face down. You know. I'm not gonna go help, but if he stays that way long enough, I might just get my wish. Anyway.
Then there's a lot more clamoring of noise behind you as the rest of the gladiators show up. Start to head on in just to enjoy the luxury for a bit. While there's no servants with towels or anything, there are a few trays and bottles laid out. Salome is just looking at Ushane beside Malgern. He's not been quite right since you two fought.
No, I think you've noticed.
I don't think he was quite right when we fought.
No, he wasn't. What's the term they used again? A couple of chips short of a boulder, I think they said about him.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
We were gonna wheel him around to the temple district for a bit, see if they could sort something out. Anyway, watch this. You'll like this. He gets one of the little wooden trays, fills a glass slightly with booze, and then floats it out towards Ushane. The moment it touches him, it is snapped up. He just pours it out on the back of his head, though, and slowly turns over. Until only a few drops get into his mouth. More! And then he kicks at the tray to send it back.
I don't know whether to be impressed or offended.
But
Yeah, I'm kind of torn here. On the one hand, that was very funny. On the other hand, he kind of just dumped out booze.
I mean, I guess we could. I guess the term disturbed could be used here.
Yeah.
I just look at Salamis and I go, oh dear.
I mean,
I'm
you
keeping
probably
an
say
eye
that
on that
again
tray.
because as he walks in with you, the trousers are down and he just steps right into the pool. It's a big golden arse that shines.
I'm keeping an eye on that tray. If they send him another drink, I'm going to try to snatch it so he doesn't waste it.
Oh, yeah, that gets
Rain is
between the
averting
scales
her
nicely.
eyes. Rain is averting her eyes from anything she shouldn't see.
There is
oh, yeah,
a clatter
you're
of
a lady.
there is a clatter of armor and clothing near you, Cornelius, and a white tiefling walks right past you.
A white tiefling?
Yeah, patience.
Yes, patience.
Yeah, patience.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, just
He's
forgot
having
she
a
was-
dumb.
Yeah,
Al Shale Slide steps in, puts a foot and a toe slightly into the water, and then just sort of steps back and just grabs a towel to buffet himself normally. What?
Zazzle's gonna enter the bath. And get
and
warmer.
drown because you're not tall enough.
I'm sure there's seats around the edge which I might be able to stand on.
Zarzul
Yeah.
beside Salamez, it looks like a wonderful before and after picture. This is what happens if you start eating 18,000 calories a day and working out.
Yeah. How many eggs a day does it take?
4,000 eggs.
The
4,000 eggs. Okay.
The
yeah.
problem is he eats 4,000 eggs, but they're not chicken eggs. They're kobold eggs.
It's okay. Eat one egg and 10 more shall take its place.
Shane, by the way, is in full clothing and armor.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, Cornelius is
How
gonna
is he floating then? What?
Beard and body hair, trapping air.
I guess, yeah.
It's
holy
entirely
shit.
fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Malgern can float as well.
Even the soap can remove
I mean, I
the fat
guess
from him.
dwarves
It's
would
that
be
bad.
naturally buoyant.
Yep.
Yeah, Cornelius is just gonna pick whatever path is the furthest away from O'Shane at this point.
That's,
Yeah, there's
that's
a quiet
very
little-
Cornelius thing to do.
You know what? Roll me a d20, Cornelius.
To see if there's anyone available.
Well, a few of the
No,
baths do
you-
have privacy screens. You're still rolling the GM there, but it's a 16, so you pull back the curtain and there are white horns and a white face with wide eyes looking at you.
Oh, hello there.
She's
That's
underneath the
odd.
she's underneath the water level. You can't really see anything.
Ah,
so
Well,
close.
my apologies. This is already taken.
oh no. Get in.
There's room
Now.
for two.
What did you say, Colby?
She says get in now. And she still seems to have
Alright,
like a
then.
scorn on her face.
All right then.
And she just starts asking you about that counterspell again.
I gladly go into it.
Her main thing being,
It's
so
just-
you really couldn't work out what I was casting. You know, she's trying to sort of drag you, sort of tease a bit. But in a very scholarly way. Like, really?
Yeah.
You couldn't work that out?
Well, that was kind of
You flung it off and stopped and you didn't even know what you were doing? Really?
well. I just knew that I had to do something to at least stop. It was better at this point to, should we say, cast magic and ask question later.
Could have just been a little magic missile and you would have squandered that power.
True, but it would have hit one of my compatriots. Might have.
Oh, so you're a thoughtful one, are you? Thinking about their welfare.
To some degree, yes.
Or are you just a
If they're not
reckless
there, then-
sort? Are you just flinging around your powers when you can, Mr. Cent?
Oh no, it is usually quite considered whenever I choose to use magic.
Because that would be very interesting if you were.
I think she likes bad boys cornhole. Go for it.
She's a devil, of course she likes bad boys. That's
You're
how
not-
her
you're not-
that's
you're
how
not
she was
selling
born.
yourself correctly. Yeah. You're not selling yourself correctly.
You can mention you know several rather unique spells.
I would also
Yeah.
like to point out that Cornelius just fucking lied.
He didn't
Yeah,
he didn't give a
it-
shit
it-
about at all about the party's survival. It was his.
Totally didn't need
No.
to.
I was thinking of, I was more referring to the fact that he said he always considered what he does with his magic. Think about how many times that I've almost burned everyone alive.
Yeah,
Spell shape,
I'm
man, it's
pretty
beautiful.
sure
Just,
that,
you know, Or just, that when Zarzul just had to tame the Auroch.
Yep. He had to
Oh no,
teach him a
that was
lesson.
deliberate. Yeah, that was deliberate. That was entirely.
and didn't you and Siegfried try to tame an owlbear at some point?
No, I was.
No,
I
that was
was away at that.
yeah. He wasn't there that session.
Yeah, I was away at that point.
Okay.
And the next session, I was told, "Oh yeah, we have an owl bear now." Sorry, what?
Yeah, because I remember that I was busy doing something, and then Siegfried and somebody else were taming an owlbear.
No, here's the
I was
great
like,
thing, right? It was a ravenous, hungry, violent creature. So they opened the door and stood right in front of it. Because no one ever fucking learns how to deal with wild animals, I guess.
Yeah, we don't have the greatest track record with that sort of thing.
It's like
No.
whenever Zarzul walked up to a mother Katobaltops and its child, That's a great time to just walk up and say hello, friends.
I mean, that's Sersul. That's what he does.
But since you're the one who's been asking questions, what do you think it was that? Do you know what it was that I was trying to dispel? Or not that dispel. I was trying to cast when you dispelled me.
She leans back in the bath a bit. You can see the shoulders, one arm comes up. Putting me on the spot then, I see.
Well, I suppose it's only fair.
No, I didn't.
Well, since
I
your
just
friend
thought you
was
need to be knocked down a little peg or two.
Three.
Well, your friends almost certainly made sure of that if I didn't happen to get lucky. I was trying to get away from the situation, so I was actually trying to do a great invisibility.
Now that, I will say, wasn't personal. I mean, the two of us, we were certainly the most dangerous ones on that ship. If there hadn't been any restrictions, that is.
Oh yes, most certainly. I had the same restrictions as well. Trust me, it would have gone much different had I not had been asked not to.
Yeah, we'd all be nursing severe.
And then she just
burns,
pushes
but-
against the back of the bath, and she is right up to you, Cornelius. And you just see those just pure color eyes with no pupils. Oh yes, we would have been. Things would have gone much differently, Mr. Cent.
Mr. Cornhole.
Or do you prefer Cornelius, as one arm comes out and around? And she slowly starts to pull with Mage Hand the modesty screen of the bath.
Oh dear.
Just think, Cornelius is not at all ready for this.
Yeah, this is gonna be like. I suppose Cornelius can work among friends.
This is hilarious.
So what's the greatest devastation you've wrought?
Oh, why is it?
You
In
lean
terms of body count or in terms of property damage?
There is a smile on her face.
You said the magic word!
You've seen that look on Castalia's face, and it's been directed to Congrats, not at you.
Oh god.
Oh, let's start with body count.
It's a shame that she pulled the modesty screen that snuck her into getting up.
I don't know, you're probably going to hear a lot of splashing and a scarpering skinny man at this point.
Well, now my question is, did I see the privacy screen getting pulled?
Give me a perception.
Yeah.
Because you were averting your eyes.
Yeah.
No, I was averting my eyes from the main pool, not from.
Malgurn's too busy keeping.
I know, but Salamis takes up a lot of space. That's a big golden ass.
It's like a car wreck, you just can't keep your eyes away from it.
Oh no, it's not a car rack. It's like a billboard that says half price. Doesn't matter what it is, it's half price. You did see Cornelius disappear along that side, and you do see the curtain shuffle. But you didn't see the horned woman.
I know it's not going to be, but I want the title of tonight's session to be "Stupid Sexy Salamez."
Well, I mean, you're getting it doubled now because Congrats also wanders in to settle down.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Big brass bollocks.
Clang.
And as the fire dancer sits in, there is a sizzle around her as she settles into the water.
That's terrifying.
Well, she's a...
Is it unexpected though? I mean, you.
Oh no, it's just the fact that it's hot water, and it's sizzling when she sits in.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cooler than her.
So, biggest body count? Cornelius.
I think that'll probably be that's the same one when I had to, like I said, teach Sasu a lesson. because I think that's probably the most where I've ever killed anyone with fireballs. And
I mean, it depends.
electrical
There was
storm.
also the massive blight convoy you destroyed.
Oh yeah.
Almost single-handedly.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think the orc one was a little more impressive, to be honest.
You're
could
going
do
for
top
pure body count, not quality of the kill.
This is why he needs wingmen.
If you push
can
20
always
people
do
off a
body.
bridge, that's 20 kills.
Oh god.
That's
No.
Gust of Wind, level 1 spell. 20 kills.
Nah, I'm probably gonna go with the doing the orc ambush at the night. Not ambush, but encounter at night.
She is all ears for the entire story. Now let's jump to the rest of the party while he recounts. But she doesn't make any personal distance, Cornelius. And you're pretty sure something touched your leg. But both her arms are up.
Rain would just get into the main bath.
Yeah, you're helped out of the clattering armor by a couple of staff because this is a nice little novelty that they have.
Yeah.
As you're walking towards it, Salamez splashes out a bit of spot beside him.
She just kind of pauses for a second. She just kind of takes one of those breaths, and while she sits by him, she leaves a rather notable space.
Roll perception.
Oh, hey, I'm perceptive again.
There are some speedy footsteps coming from the back room.
Well, it's a good thing I left the space.
Then they slow down, stop for a moment, and then become more sort of deliberate and calm. And there he is, Lord Horizon West, dashing tabaxi. Then he sees what the situation is. Oh, I do apologize. Hang on. Steps out, and then comes back. Naked. Orange-furred.
I mean, he's a cat, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cat.
Oh god, so many hair in the bath.
Only if you're shedding.
It is autumn, so he's getting
Give
thick.
away.
So him and Al Shaleside are getting their thicker winter coats in. He does, however, hold the hat in front of him
Aw.
for stepping over and getting into the bath. Oh, not right beside you, Rain, but pretty close, like an arm's reach. And as he breaks the water surface, the hat comes up and then back onto his head.
He has the hat on still.
I swapped a few favors around. You were wonderful there. I mean, ghastly in a way, but it's very memorable.
She just kind of does a little laugh. Well, the other ones were insisting that I wore something different for a change, so I did.
We were meaning armor. There was a lot of armor to
was
pick
it
from.
not? Yes. Well,
Full suits
you
of it.
insisted. Yes.
You wore a corpse.
Yes, I did.
Well, it was a distinctive look.
It was. I'm very glad that I don't have that, and it won't be something I wear again.
And I must say, my lady, you can see his head flick up to look at Salamez before back down to you when he says that. You did a wonderful job on there.
I don't feel that I did a very good job.
Well,
Everything missed.
yes, that was a problem, but I mean, it was a beautiful sight to see as it just burst out into the night sky.
It
But
was
I also
sweet.
mean you helped up your little friend.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, definitely.
Yeah,
That
again,
that
I'm
was-
sorry about that. You know, don't know me. Just too bloody strong, and he's flexing now. There is just so much here that can't be held back. Even by the mightiest of mortals, which is me. Oh, yes.
I looked to Horizon and say it was a very unexpected turn of events, but what else are you going to do about it?
I must say you carried yourself off beautifully.
Well, thank you.
I mean, it would have looked better without the bones, I'm going to say. Maybe a nice open dress fluttering in the breeze. Maybe unfurl that hair a bit. It could have been a beautiful display, but it was still a distinctive one, something to talk about.
That it
So,
was.
where were we? Alright, Malgern.
I just
Alright,
real-
Malgern.
I just realized what this scene is right now.
Mm.
I'll have to look later.
I don't understand that.
But yeah, so Malgern, you're wanting to test yourself against Ushane
Oh,
Was I?
for betray.
Oh.
So-
So it does come back with another drink?
Salamez sees it as going on, decides he's going to test this here. Sets out another one, floats it out.
Can Zazzle intercept?
You can, but it's kind of cheating because you're way earlier than those two. Like, Malgern
So-
has to be near Ushane for this.
Would this be Dex or
It
Athletics?
would be.
Or Dex? Okay. Fuck! I was really hoping it would be higher. Rip. Okay, this is awkward.
Hand on hand with the glass. You know, I'm not quite that kind of boy. But if you...
My glass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do pull
it's my
away.
glass.
But as he looks at you with your hands together on the glass, he says, "Look, I'm not entirely that kind of boy, but if you fill it to the top, I am." Bring that one back full there, cutie.
I go as far away to the other side of the bath as I can with the drink. And I
mean-
turn my back to him as I drink it.
Meanwhile, Congrats just has his arm over Castalia.
Everybody's paired off in their own little coupling.
Well, sort of.
Except for Zarzul.
Zarzul has an internal debate. Does he want 500 gold or a wife?
He
Yeah.
could have his own
That's
horse.
kind of expensive. I mean, 'cause you know in the long run she's going to cost you more.
And she doesn't take care of.
Won't take care of
Yeah.
animals, but she will take care of his gear. She will
Yeah.
cook. She will clean. Like, this is something to
Yeah.
voice out, Zarzul. This is a group decision, really.
But she also needs spending money, so she needs upkeep.
Yeah, I imagine
Oh
500,
no.
500 gold is going to be cheaper in the long run. I can only spend 500 gold. A wife can spend more than 500 gold.
Depends how much you give her.
Rain, question.
Yeah?
If your partner had 500 gold, how much money do you have?
500 gold.
That is the correct answer.
Yeah, if you're a partner, then that's partners.
No, Rain. As he says that, there's now a paw on your on your arm.
She kind of does one of those double takes where she's like, wait,
I mean, I'm not going to be a fool and say everything, but a few simple coins, yes, 500 gold is a perfectly fine amount.
It's like, she kind of does a little pause. It's like, yes, it's just one of those things that's generally how that works. Zarzul, why are you asking though?
She turns away from Horizon.
Well, not quite. I mean, she's still engaged with the conversation in Horizon, but she does direct to, why are you asking Zarzul? Because now she's wondering why he's asking. Because it's not like, he's been romantically involved with people.
I may have had a job offer with 2 different possible rewards. I think the money is probably going to work out to the cheapest option.
Well, okay, what were the two, what was the other option?
Maybe
why?
ask what the job is?
Well, first I want to know why he was asking the partner question.
Alright.
The offer was a wife or 500 gold.
The 500 gold's cheaper. I can assure you.
Can I hear this conversation?
Yeah, you're all in the same room.
I don't know why you'd go for what's cheaper. You should go for what your heart says.
Oh,
Like, do you care for this woman?
says the only one with a functional relationship. It all makes sense now.
I mean, it sounds like you're just being offered a wife.
Yeah, that was basically it.
Oh, so you don't know this woman.
No.
Yeah, I'd probably take the gold then.
Yeah. You don't want to end up, bringing her into her home and then find out you two hate each other.
The Congrats' expression changes at this point as he's thinking back, realizing this was all decided between those two in a day. Oh, sometimes it can work out, though.
Here's my question. Where's Tall Green?
Tall Green is in one of the private cubicles because he saw Congrats, he saw Castellion, and he just moseyed off to just think about his regrets. A bottle of wine disappeared in the room with him.
Are all the other men out of the showers yet?
To be fair, as a half-elf, he doesn't have the height advantage when it comes to the two Dragonborn standing side by side. It's like trying to be at a urinal beside two fucking NBA players. No matter your own self-confidence, that's a blow.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear one say to the other, wow, this water's cold. Yeah, deep too. So yeah, he just wandered off into one of the cubicles with a bottle of wine.
I've been there, dude. I've
Speaking-
been there.
Speaking of that, Cornelius, as you recount the tale, even possibly through some nervous stammers, and a realization, oh, that's a tail. Thank God, that's a tail. Okay. You do feel a few fingers on the back of your head, playing with hair. And yeah, she is all about whenever you... she's more about the telling of the casting and the effects of it than she cares about the actual death, because I'm sure you don't go into detail on how they fucking died.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is all about the method.
Oh God, this is Cornelius' dream woman.
It's happening.
Alright. It's a good starter. It's a good one, I'll give you that. Now, how about property damage?
Oh.
And we know what that one is, don't we, Cornelius?
Oh, the plot thickens. Oh, yes. This is. Oh my God, I've never been so happy.
Well, it wasn't exactly by choice, but a few houses.
Her eyes widen a little bit. You think they brighten up a tad as well.
It's a shame that
Orbison isn't sitting around here, yeah.
Yeah. Feels like you can weigh in on this a little bit.
But yeah, she is hanging on to every word about your magic casting prowess. But you see whenever, if you verge off and everything, she gets a little bit less interested.
So, what exactly is your infatuation with the arcane and such?
Well, I was always gifted with it. Flicks her hand a little bit and you can see the mage hand appear, and then has the little fingers dance along her palm. I studied, I learned, I was stuck in this backwater for so long. There is no proper place for the arcanely gifted. I tutored under a few. Do you know of a druid that wanders these lands? I can't remember if you guys have spoken about Adagun to her.
I don't know.
Don't think so.
Well, funny you should bring it up. I was actually talking about someone, I believe, by the name of Atagoon.
Yes. Sweet man. Wasn't quite what I was looking for, although I learned a few things, a few pieces, but I'm much more about the proper arcane than the natural. Although a bit of both can be nice. Can allow for some certain sweet bonuses. Yes, I studied a bit. I took a few courses out by Waterdeep. Although most of the family wealth went to that because those tutelage was not cheap. But then the cheap wouldn't work for me. And I got my book. I did a little differently though, as she brings up one leg, Cornelius, right past you, and you can see sort of tattoos, but they're moving a little bit. And you recognize some of it as spell formula, yeah.
Yeah, well, at first it is a bit of an embarrassing moment for Cornelius. It quickly more turns into the gaze of looking in fascination at the runes, not so much the leg.
Yeah, you notice that some of the language you're not really understanding, and she points, I just wrapped it up with a little bit of Infernal, because it's a personal touch.
Well,
I can teach you a few of these symbols if you want. So come, just take a guess now. What do you think this one is? Roll Arcana.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yep.
He's definitely gonna peruse whatever he knows about language. And it should be on public. I guess it's just a die. Oh, that. Okay, there we go. It was
Yeah.
just the GM was put on the regular dice.
Luckily, it's a simple enough spell. Ice Knife. I admit, with the way you grouped up, I was tempted to make use of it.
A wise decision.
But then I thought I'll go for a bit more of a grandstand opportunity. And you can close your mouth now, Mr. Scent. It's not all over me. It's just a few spells. I still make use of a few flexible little scrolls.
I do believe that the only reason he would say close your mouth is because he does the part where he's murmuring to himself.
Yeah, he's mouthing
so
along as he's working it out.
Yeah.
That's what I was picturing as well. I wasn't thinking like, a leg.
Yeah.
So we're thinking more just like wordlessly just mouthing through the spell steps.
Yeah.
And the leg retracts back under the water.
Well, I imagine there would be a issue at some point to find place for more spells at some point.
But this way I have a couple of spells that can never be taken from me.
I suppose that's true.
I suppose that's a bit of a grand way of saying it, but in the arena sometimes one of those brutes can knock my book away. This way I have a few on hand. And also a little bonus.
Oh.
Well, it was one of my teachers. He was able to help me inscribe right around here, and she turns around, and you can see scribed down between the shoulder blades. It looks a little different. It's mostly written in Infernal, but you're piecing it together. And it looks like Shocking Grasp. Most people have a bit of a limit for what they can keep locked in their heads, and this way I was able to have something a little extra. Very useful, especially when the clientele get a bit too rowdy. I fried one man who liked to wear a brass codpiece. He learned not to touch. Unless he was told to. As she turns around to you, Cornelius. Anyway, back to the pool. No one knows the wizard is shitting himself. Any conversation or chattery going around? I mean, the gladiators are all up for conversation. Ushane is waiting for his drink as he watches Malgern walk around. He keeps doing the hand signals, you know, like more in the glass, and then he sees you drink it, he goes, you know, he goes a bit of infuriation, goes, and points you back to the drink.
I just kind of
gonna enjoy this drink. It's a nice drink.
I looked at Horizon and I go, what are the chances that those two are going to have a brawl by the time we're done?
Oh, I fully expect it. I mean, I've only known Ushane for a little while, but I don't think he's ever met anyone he hasn't gotten into a fight with multiple times. Yep, that's about right. And now the big golden arm is behind you, Rain. You can.
Out of the,
No, it's not touching you. It's on the back, on the actual step of the bath.
Yep. I instinctively scoot the other direction, which of course would put me right to Horizon West.
Yep, right up against the Catman.
Oh.
To his credit, to his credit though, doesn't smell like wet hair.
And then she kind of takes one of those moments where she thinks about it. She goes, did I make the correct course of action? And then she just kind of like stays put. She goes, you know what? This is fine. Okay.
When has that ever come up in Rain's memory? Have I done the right thing? When has that ever been asked in her mind? Yes, well, Prenders did go too far, and I'm here to testify for immunity. Did I do the right... Yes, I did the right thing that time. That's the one time I did the right thing.
Hi, Thor.
Yeah, well, you know. He came up to us, trying to remember now. Yeah. Because I was in the arena before he was, and he showed up. Didn't have a spit to his name, yeah. Although he did get the ear fixed, he used to have a big bite mark out of it. Said he was from, God, where was it now? It's where you were telling me about. That snowy place, was it, Clan Rhymespike? Aye. Yes, actually, Horizon, you can see, looks to Shane to make sure he's not paying attention. Actually, he might be one of the few that savor from there. That was when I was doing the explorations. I told you about the distant castle, the villages that refused to tell us their name.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were looking for the clan hold of Rhymespike. Could not find it, and apparently it's been quiet for some time. We had a few small dealings. They used to be exemplary bodyguards for any trade caravan that came through, because the region isn't all that great, it's not that profitable, but it does connect onto the Tribor Road and then right to the coast. Whereas most of the time we have to send everything by ship down to Raxis and then out through there, which, you know, tariffs, taxes, it's a lot of numbers my brother has to crunch there. But yes, we couldn't find any word of them. Mind you, pretty much every village we came across was most unhelpful.
I find it odd that nobody would want to talk about it.
Well, it's small towns in the middle of nowhere. They get very insular. They don't like outsiders. They took great offense at myself.
Oh, I don't see why. You're certainly not offensive.
Thank you. There is definitely a twitch of the ear to the side as he's just thinking that one through. No, it's just, yes, they weren't, I couldn't really work out what the deal was. They were very pious people, very focused on their chores, but when it came to small talk, when it came to just answers, there was nothing there.
That?
I mean, I'm used there. I mean, it's not abnormal. I've been to other places where it's just that rude. But it was everywhere we went to down there.
Yeah, that's the thing that strikes me as a bit odd. You find places like that, you know, every so often, but it's not usually every single one.
Maybe we just came at a bad year. You know, perhaps they didn't have anything to spare in the harvest.
Maybe.
Anyone else up for any activity?
Yeah, Rain would be mostly just chit-chatting with Horizon.
Oh, really?
Yes. Well, there's only two options there.
Yeah,
And she knows which one.
Salamez glances at the corner of his eye at that, looks over at Congrats and Castalia, looks over at the fire dancer, shifts his shoulders and walks on over. And as he stands up and walks across, it's not even up to his thighs, this water level. Everyone else can submerge, but he's fucking big. As he sits on down, you can see that there is a bit of chit-chat, but the fire dancer is rigid. She doesn't get relaxed. And then you see him edging away a bit, you know, rubbing at the scales a bit, and then he walks right back to his spot with a grumble.
Yeah, because he's the only one without a girl. He's probably not used to that either.
He is used to snapping his fingers and being dripping in women. Well, I'm gonna get my stuff on anyway. Get out to the party floor, you know, rub elbows. Everyone loves a champ.
It's been a pleasure.
He was really hoping for more response as he gets up. Yeah, alright. See you there, good job you lot. It was nice playing the bad guy for a change. I'm usually the greatest good there is. Ha
She just kind of rolls her eyes a little bit. Nobody else.
I mean, I think it's a bit of a... just what they call a male moment. I kind of want to compete. I also don't want to bother with him. Because I've clearly won, as Kagrashis points at Castalia. Like, I've got nothing to compete about, but I kind of want to bring him down as well. But I'm not about that.
He's very much about that.
Oath of glory, man.
Yeah. It's the moment where he really wishes that he has like one of those hand exercise springs for exercising.
Just a stress ball that explodes.
Yeah.
So, as she finally speaks up, the fire dancer. You saved a lot of people in the town. You took part in a little frolicking. I'm going to be the nosy one and ask what you're doing next. Because I see what looks like a pack of adventurers, mercenaries. I don't see you getting involved in the great war that is occurring. I find that fascinating. She's one of those ones where her body language, like anytime she's picking up a glass or drinking, it's always with just the thumb and the forefinger. Everything's very practiced, delicate, and deliberate.
Weren't we heading to the front lines?
And not for the actual war, though.
Yeah, you were doing it because of Cornelius,
Yeah.
who is currently face to face with a tiefling.
Well,
Have you ever danced
actually,
with a devil under a pale moonlight, Cornelius?
Well, I mean, I've had a talk with the devil on the pale moonlight, not exactly danced with her.
And then you ran away scared because something answered.
Yes, when asked about, do you want to meet him?
Would you like to meet my master? In the fucking
Yeah.
rain and the thunder and the lightning.
Yeah.
Would you like to dance with the devil with her pale moon in the light? Actually, we're headed out to the front lines very soon.
Well, that eats into the schedule I was thinking of. I'll have to work on a course for you to take part in. And you, Boy, you make sure she follows it. And maybe lay off on the romance. I don't need weak legs on my student.
And Rain actually does a snark.
Nah. Nah, not gonna agree to that one. We'll probably need a bigger tent, though. We'll have to make sure of that.
Zazzle is going to try and get a drink. Maybe some fruit juice or something. Something non-alcoholic at the moment.
Yeah, there's plenty of fruity flavors. There's some just fruit in a bowl as well. And that is the scent that is assaulting Rain's noses. Horizon West, very citrusy. He obviously splashed on a bit of extra.
At least citrus smells very nice.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of obvious he's aware that he might be a bit of a damp moggy when water hits him.
Oh yeah, speaking of, is there within reach of the privacy screen also drinks available?
Yes. Yes, she brought in a couple of bottles of wine.
All right. Then, well, I guess this is gonna be a pure Jedi moment because I imagine both of us reach after it with mage hand.
You do, but while you're carrying it over, her mage hand is doing some suggestive motions to help it tip. It's a bit rude to just be serving yourself, Mr. Scent.
No, that was. I imagine there was.
Oh no, she's still making. Even if you're pouring it for her, she's still saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a girl drunk just so you can have your way.
I would never think of it.
Oh,
How
please
loud
do.
did you say that? Asking for a friend. How loud is this conversation?
I mean, you're walking around enjoying your booze, so give me a perception. You might walk past that area.
Damn it!
You are way too focused on making sure that you're ruining
Yeah,
Ushane's night.
Yeah, that's accurate. Okay.
Okay. No, my question is, what are the chances that I will be able to hear?
It depends. Are you? I mean, how dedicated are you to Horizon at this point?
Damn, I just wanted to yell out, he's not that smart!
She's very involved in the conversation, but she is also trying to pay attention to some of the other stuff going around, too.
Rolled a lot of perception today. Everyone wants to get into Cornelius' business.
It's so good! Like, I just wanted to say he's not that smart as I walk by.
You know what? Castalia and Rain get to, because Zarzul doesn't really care, does he? Doesn't give a fuck.
Not at this point, no.
No, you find some great stuff. Really sweet, really tender. You get some nice fruit juices.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh, there it is!
The worst possible choice.
All you overhear, Rain, is the tinking of two glasses. That's the only sound that gets past that curtain.
Oh, damn, that would have been juicy.
And do remember, you only know as Cornelius being asexual. So is he really just tinking glasses with himself? Is he really that lonely? Believe?
No.
He's got one in his hand, the other one with mage hand, just taking them together.
Summons his unseen servant. Here's to you, Chauncey.
I'm fairly certain she's noticed that Patience is missing.
Yeah, she's pretty eye-catching.
Yes. So she is going to assume one way or the other because those two had been talking to each other. A lot.
But you're with Horizon West and the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not like she's going to be doing anything with it. She's just going to give him some shit and then joke about it. And then when it's actually true, she's going to about fall over laughing.
One of the staff does emerge near you, Zarzul, through the door. He has something underneath a silver tray. Oh, there you are. Mr. Gedham.
Yes, sir?
A gift has been sent to you here.
Oh,
And-
excellent, excellent.
Yes, to enjoy at your leisure. And it is a slightly cooked axebeak egg. It is huge and slightly cracked.
Okay.
Oh, it's from the Miners Guild, sir.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Apparently it's one of their
Put it on
favorites.
the table. Could you just put it on the table there? I'll get to it in a second.
Oh, yes, of course, sir, of course. Like, this guy is probably about 5'10", and all he is, with bowing with full deference to you, Zarzul. In a way, you think that's how it should be. Yes. For I am a mighty dragon with my horde. Or, maybe it's just nice and polite.
You've got to remember, I can see a bigger dragon here.
It's just waiting there. It is huge. That looks like it could be a couple of meals for you.
Yeah,
Oh, it could be a mount.
it's cooked already.
It's cooked already. Unless Ring wants to
okay.
expand her necromancy.
And that'd be a very strange...
Did you domesticate a slime? No, it's an axe beak. Just very early in being an axe beak.
Oh, well. Zazzle is going to try some of this axe beak.
Are you much of a lover of eggs?
Eggs is good food.
This is really good egg. This is just
Most
damn
excellent.
good egg. There's nothing poncy about it or anything. It's just, oh yeah. There's a lot of flavor in this yolk. There's a lot of easy texture to the white. This is good stuff.
This is the good egg. Yeah,
Yep.
excellent.
It makes most of our chicken eggs seem like piddly shit. This is the rich stuff. And now he's got egg mustache.
Yep.
So, Rain, what are you going to do with hearing that clink of glass?
She just has one of those grins, and she kind of looks back. Oh,
Yes?
if anybody else. Who was it that spoke?
Horizon. He's right beside you.
I think Cornelius is having a very good day. And she kind of has that shit-eating grin.
Well, that's good for him, but tell me. As he, rests an arm on hand, or rests his head on his hand. My lady, how is your day going? And how would you like it to progress?
Oh,
She actually would be would be blushing a little bit on that one.
Now
can also-
it's making the water sizzle.
You can also feel something slightly fuzzy hitting your foot.
please let it be a tail. Please let it be a tail.
Well, of course, he's waxing.
Hold it, the tail.
Yeah. No,
Oh no,
that's
if it was
fair.
if it was Salamez, it'd be a different story.
Ugh.
Oh god.
On the other hand, I imagine that would also be going upwards, not downwards.
Well, I will admit I didn't actually plan on anything past this. I just. She just kind of does a little shrug.
Well, I can think of a plan or two if you want.
Oh?
Well, yes. I mean, obviously, we're going to have to walk around the party a bit more, but once we get out of the vulgar district, there are a few lovely fountains and a couple of musicians play by the ones in the nearby the theater.
Well, they do? I didn't know about that.
Oh, yes, yes. So, yes, I'll just make the offer. Would you take a night walk with me to the fountains?
She takes a moment to consider, and then goes, actually, I think that would be quite delightful.
Excellent. The thing about your foot waves a little bit, and then moves away.
It is a tail.
So yes, you're going off into the line of duty, huh?
Yes, I guess we are. I'm not used to open combat or anything like that. It's never been my thing.
On that sort of scale, I have to admit I am a complete novice as well.
After all, usually I just travel about, and honestly, I mostly I'm used to dealing with undead things. That is kind of what I'm used to dealing with.
So then, it might be a good idea, considering how dangerous the future looms, that we enjoy this night.
That's a good idea all the time, I believe.
But now we know we've got something to look forward to. Well, hopefully I'll still be around whenever you return.
I certainly hope so.
But yes, right out into there. Will you be attaching yourself to one of the orders?
No, we're going with something specific in mind. It is a complicated story.
It's really not.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to just flat out say,
No,
oh, yeah.
I'm just making, like, the complications. No, Wizard just kept saying yes. Wizard didn't think of saying no, he just said yes.
Well, to be entirely fair, I would say there's more to it than that.
Wizard didn't ask questions, Wizard just said yes. Oh, I see. You know the saying.
Which one?
That it might be lethal for me to continue this questioning?
No, it is not. Just it's a very long story that
Well-
involves multiple steps and involves a wizard that's all the way back there. And
Well, when we get our clothing back on, we can start the story and then maybe get to the end of it by the time the clothing comes off again.
she actually does one of those barking chuckles on that, but yeah. I suppose we could. That would be a good conversation for a moonlight stroll.
At this point, it's obvious. All of my NPCs have +4 charisma.
Well, she absolutely detested him at the beginning, and now he's warmed up. He's growing on her.
You just cannot say no to cats. That's your fucking problem. As we've heard from all the noise in your place, you just can't say no to cats.
No. You forgot that Braider's the other problem because he tried to take another kitten home.
Yeah, but I can't have too many Tapaxi show up in the campaign. His hairy bundle is Ushane. Any chatter at Cassalia's side?
Not really.
Just roll perception. I was giving everyone an open offer here to see if they knew what Cornelius was up to. Nope, you don't.
I got something else occupying my vision.
Oh,
Pay
yeah.
attention.
You got a headrest.
And then we go back to Cornelius. Clink of wine. She sat back a little bit. And you see what you weren't expecting. She sniffed, she swirled.
Oh no.
The real weakness. She might be an Epicurean.
Yeah, Cornelius gonna have to point into that one. He's gonna have to have some question towards that.
Yes?
I can't help but notice that you seem to be going into the flavor of the wine.
Oh, a little bit of habit, a little bit of interest.
Something you picked up in Waterdeep.
No, actually, a mother. She was also a bit of a brazen horn one, but she liked to make us seem fancy, so she taught me a little bit about wine. However, I've only had mostly Black Rose from the kingdom here. And, I mean, I'm happy enough so long as it's enjoyable. I've had quite a few expensive ones during parties where men tried to touch when they shouldn't have, and just found that the oldest stuff simply tasted a little bit like vinegar. Or dusty. It just didn't have the richness I was hoping for. And honestly, when you have prestidigitation, why settle for something that's not pleasant?
Couldn't agree more.
Inside he's screaming though, how dare you laugh at vintage.
No. Like, he also knows that, well, there is such thing as a wine gets better with age. There is also a limit.
Yeah. There's also a time when it dies of natural causes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cornelius would know that there is such a thing as bad old wine.
Especially improperly stored old wine.
And if it has a picture on the label, then it's shit.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this. Do you know your way around the city, Cornelius?
Mostly in the, what would it be, the Western District? That's pretty much where we walked around the most.
Mm-hmm. You have a home?
Yeah, but it's all the way back in. And then he kind of think back, all right, the chateau, no. Wait. Yes
she's-
and no.
She's thinking a little closer to home.
Oh, you mean in Raxis?
Well, she just asked, do you have a home?
Of a sort, yes.
Could you tell me the way to it? Or shall we go there together?
I mean, that's okay. How should I do this?
Well, it's about 14 miles travel by wagon.
Yeah.
At the door, you ask for Mr. Scent. If you ask for Lord Scent, you'll get my father, and that'll just be very awkward.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call it a home as such, but we do have living quarters in the city. Home is all the way back near Neverwinter.
Let's focus on the first place, then. The one that's only a few streets away.
Well, you look for the old brothel.
There's a foot on your shoulder, Cornelius.
A foot on the shoulder.
Yeah, well, she's backed up a bit.
Oh, okay. I was like, because before she was sitting next, so I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
some fucking acrobatics going on right there. I imagine hearing at least a broken hip bone at that point.
Well, it's a
Jeez.
bath. You can rotate a bit.
Yeah, no, I can see how that
Yeah.
would be possible.
Remember,
Well, I mean,
the player and the character both have the opportunity to say no at any point, and it works.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's good to just say no.
Peter, I don't think this bath is big enough for the two of us.
Except the drugs. If someone offers you drugs, say yes and thank you, because they are expensive, and it's good to have them offered. That person may have gone to a lot of trouble to get you drugs.
I did try.
well, later in the evening, it would be rude of me to just leave. For me to just leave right now.
Sits back, she sips her wine. A little bit of a narrowed-eyed look at you, and then she gets out of the bath. As she walks past, you feel the hand go through your head. Well, the hair. And the rest of you all get to see Patience walk out of the same place that Cornelius went in.
And yep, Rain has got the shit-eating grin.
And Cornelius is only just thinking, what does it mean?
What could the subtle sign mean?
Yeah.
If only she said something clearly I could understand for reference. Just Kagrat's leaning a bit, making it incredibly obvious he's trying to peek in. I mean, I remember our conversation. I'm not sure he was equipped for that. We may have to check to see if he's okay.
We will. This is
Maybe it should.
Well,
maybe it shouldn't be you.
me.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go check on him now?
No, I'm saying, Malgern.
Huh?
Maybe Cornelius could do with another drink, and you're right by the table.
Oh yeah, what's he drinking? Yes.
Just wine, I'm sure.
And I just shuffled that. I don't know shit about.
There's
wine,
like
but
16 bottles.
Yeah, I just grabbed
All the
one. I
labels
was like,
are different.
This is probably good.
Yeah, at the point where Melgurn is on the way, Cornelius also pretty much looking at himself like, pruning. I should get out.
You see a very skinny man, Malgern.
My toes are getting pruny.
Yeah. Well, must say that it's been quite a while since I had a decent bath.
The water was good. Like, it's
Yep.
luxuriant. Almost feels like a short rest.
As he's getting out of the bath, I assume he's walking away. I kind of hand him the bottle.
He's probably
Kinda
wearing
look
his
like-
swing boxers.
Yeah. And I kind of give him the look like, yeah, that's about what I expected. Walk away.
You,
Thanks.
alright
I
there,
just
Cornelius?
Oh yes, perfectly fine. And then look at the bottle. Is it a shitty vintage or not?
It looks okay. Like, it's not to the highest upper class wine. This is probably something they brought in for the gladiators' taste. But it's not bad.
So yeah, it's just like, ugh.
This is a
Just looking at
drinking
the
wine.
bottle. Yeah, so that's basically why Cornelius is going, ugh.
Look, I tried my hardest.
Oh no, it's not the.
I know,
It's not a
yeah.
Melgurn. It's more just the wine.
I know. It's
He's
like,
not-
I tried
he's
my
not
hardest,
stop-
man.
He's more confused about the giving up wine, but he's insulted that
There's a
this
splash.
wine exists.
There's a splash of water as Ushane starts to violently bring himself out of the pool towards you two. No, look, are
I
you
was gonna call out,
what are you doing,
Call
big
out
man,
the-
playing with my heart like this? I was asking you for a drink all night, you give it to that scrawny piece of shit. He looks like it could be elf-born.
Okay, so I'm still holding the wine, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, and Ushane's behind me.
Well, he's coming up basically to your side or whatever.
Yeah. I want to turn and kind of hit him with the wine, but I kind of want to make it look like an accident.
What, like splashing with it as a sudden jolt?
No, hit him with the bottle.
Oh, hit him with a bottle.
Make it look like an accident. Like turn around, but ping! Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh. I'm not sure how I pull this off.
Touch.
Unfortunately,
That's
it's an
Zarzel.
attack, not an ability check.
Oh,
Roll me just your groin punch.
groin punch.
But
Okay.
it will be less your proficiency because it's a wine bottle. It's an improvised weapon.
Okay.
It's verbal and somatic. People are going to notice. Also,
He's really trying to help me.
also importantly, where would Zarzul have holy water on him right now?
do I not have a?
Or does he just have his little symbol of Tamara on him?
I mean, what you'd say? The water had two clerics, and then clearly the bath water is holy in itself.
Okay, apparently it changed names to Fist of
It
Fury.
doesn't matter.
But we're gonna have to
All
walk
right,
it.
he's still wearing armor.
Okay,
Oh, God.
yeah, he is. So we trim that down by... What's your proficiency
3.
right now? 3?
3, so that's a 17.
Clang.
Yeah.
You break
damn
the
it.
bottle on his chest plate.
I forgot he was wearing armor. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
He starts to thumb through his beard to get the broken shards out. You can just see him cutting his fucking fingers up. Well, that's gonna make a wee mess and all. I mean, that could be dangerous. You should be careful with the booze. Don't go fucking wasting it like that.
I wouldn't exactly call it waste in this case.
I'll get to you later, you Jezebel. And yeah, he is just ruining his hands right now. There's shards of glass just sticking through the big fucking mitts.
I can't say I'm surprised. I really can't.
Well, suppose I might as well just head out then. Not going to be getting that drink, I suppose. Could have been a good night. I was having fun. I was doing good lessons and all. I mean, you fucking need the lessons too. Look at you. Look, stand up straight and he's put his hands on you. He's holding you up. There we go. Now you're looking more like a dwarf to be proud of anyway. And he's doing this with his fucking hands, like, shredded up with glass. He also, when he reached out to you, he just dropped all the shards he'd picked out right onto the floor.
Of course he did.
And then he's just walking out. But he does grab two of the bottles and just has them in his arms. You're not gonna betray me, are you? You'll always be by my side. It's the last time I go with some random whore.
Did I miss something?
And I kind of look at Cornelius. I think I missed something. Because Malgern hasn't been picking up on any of this. He doesn't think like that. So I just look at Cornelius like, I think I missed something. Kind of shrug.
Well then,
Fuck.
yeah, we should probably get back to the party. I mean, I'm reluctant to put you back in a dress, but let's get going.
What? You don't want me to see me back in the dress?
Oh, I do, but I prefer like this, just, you know, not with everyone else here watching.
Then consider it just the small payment for what's to come tonight.
Oh, you make it sound dirty. Nice. And as Horizon West emerges, the hat comes off to cover, and oh boy. Like, he's not big, he's not huge in any way, but now he looks skinnier because all the fur is just down.
Yep, as expected.
There is such a contrast between his shoulders and up, where it's still fluffy and dry, and then the rest is just straight down and weighted. But he offers his hand to help you out.
And I accept, and I hop on up, and I go to get dressed in my actual attire.
Yes, there's a lot of buffeting, there's a lot of towels being made. Shell Slide has actually fallen asleep several times. Calamita just waves you off, she's just enjoying the pool for now. And then we're back at that party. Eventually.
The unseen episode is over.
Let's see, it was on the city view map, I think, yeah.
You said that felt like a short rest, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Tick all my boxes again.
Oof.
I should spend...
Just move some tokens about.
Fuck, I forgot what my HP was before.
Hey.
Well, I mean, you were
Just
full
enough.
because of congrats.
Ah.
So on your sheet, that's what's right there.
Yeah, I remembered it was like, oh, it's 38. And I'm like, why am I full? It's like, I do remember lay on hands, it's just I wasn't sure if that had covered everything.
What the fuck? Of course. Whatever. Close enough.
A few times, Cornelius Congrats gives you a bit of a glance. So, you alright?
Yes. I mean, the cat did. The tabaxi did hit a bit hard, but I think I've recovered just fine.
Cornelius, that's not what anybody meant.
Shh, it's all right. That's exactly what I could have meant in this situation. It's a bit of a vague proposition. Who knows, really, in the fullness of time, what we'll see was truly the purpose of this. Never mind. Anyway, armor.
Are you alright? Have you been in the water too long?
Oh boy, probably. Don't like to get my head underwater, though. I start sputtering out smoke. Gives me a really bad cough as well. It looks horrendous. So, thanks on the spider climb there.
You're welcome. I imagine it will be quite difficult, armored up as you were, to climb up the side.
It's a bit of a knock. I mean, look at this. Brings out the arm, bit of a flex. No, I've got this covered for climbing. But yeah, I just didn't want to be belching and coughing smoke during the party. I mean, look at that. As he gestures over to where you can see a little bit of Castalia getting changed. I'm not going to let disappoint that. It's mainly just horn. Bit of tail.
The sheep at the horn and horny.
No, I think Patience did this time.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think Patience did that.
yeah.
So, make any new friends, Cornelius?
Oh yes, quite a fascinating character, this patient.
Fascinating.
Oh yes, interesting ideas for securing the self spells in any situation. First time I've ever, yes, first time I've ever seen spell tattoos.
Cornelius.
Oh, what, you've seen them before?
No, Cornelius.
She showed these, right?
Oh yes, quite thoroughly.
Yes, naked in the bath, yes.
I mean, yes, how else would you be able to show them?
Cornelius,
Yes.
she was hitting on you.
We should probably point out, not in a combative sense, as in she was possibly lustfully or romantically interested in you.
Nah.
Yes. Cornelius, it was pretty clear.
He's probably got this
She
shit-eating
left.
grin on his face now. Nah, not her, no. I mean, I'm handsome and all, but nah.
I could hear the chinking of wine glasses. Ugh.
Well, of course. Good wine.
Cornelius.
Good wine and good company. Of course we have the clinking of glasses.
Is he really that dense? 'Cause
Love
if not,
for
I feel
Cornelius
like
is but a
roll perception.
romance for Cornelius and his kind is but a contract.
Cornelius.
The only people who have to approve of his partners are his parents. He never gets a vote.
Also, he's
Yeah.
probably just messing with Rain at this point.
We
No.
don't know.
No, he definitely do not miss Ray.
No, mess with.
He's
Oh.
messing with.
As in being
Oh,
intentionally
no.
obtuse.
Oh no, he's not messing.
That's even worrying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cornelius, okay, I know you aren't used to this, but
I know you aren't used to this, but
women don't
It was
do
a nice
things
butt to get
like
used to, I'll be honest. It's
Yeah,
something
it's
about the way the teeth and hips work.
Well, I mean, in Rain's case, I would say we are all intimately familiar with her butt.
Yes,
Well,
by
I mean,
now,
after this
Yeah.
bathhouse, everyone's intimate with everyone's ass.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
But Cornelius, look,
it's all beard. Always has
that's
been.
not how women.
It's wrapped around like a banana hammock.
Yeah.
Gets tied in at the back on his ears.
I can assure you, Cornelius, that she was flirting with you. If you do not believe me, you can flat out ask her.
I'm also going to point out that when two people are naked in a bath together, it tends to go towards flirting. It's hard to be fully
Yeah.
platonic in that situation.
And as Malgern hears this, he's like, yeah, I'm kind of thinking to myself, unless that person's Ushane.
Oh no, that was romance, man. That was true love, and you denied it.
Oh, it's flying over Malgern's head. He's not following any of this. He's just not thinking like that. It's right over his head.
And wait until he finds out Shane's actually a woman.
Hey, it's a distinct possibility.
You can never tell with dwarves.
No, you can't.
Not until you reach for the beard.
All right, on 3 we drop the coats.
Oh, that was a great old skit.
So, why is this actually a concern to you?
We're trying to assist you, Cornelius. We know you don't exactly have a lot of experience in this realm.
I mean, I just want to point out if any of it's unwelcome, now that you know what she was going for, you can. It's fine to say no, walk away.
Well, it was almost seem rude at this point now, wouldn't it?
Well, no. If it's unwanted, then a refusal is perfectly fine. So it's more to think about, was it fun? Was it alright?
Do you wish to pursue this further?
Don't go thinking too in depth. I mean, it's the first meeting and all, but I'm just saying, like, don't go thinking you're locked in on, societal cues on this. Don't think I should just go along with it because it might be awkward. No. If it's not wanted, man, it's not wanted. Trust me, I've been hired on a few jobs because of that.
It's perfectly okay to take it slow.
Okay, well, this is starting to get awkward. Well, I'll meet you back at the party.
Cornelius probably just annoyed, mainly because Droop's not there to help him dress.
Yeah, it is also at the point where it's kind of like getting so frustrating for him. Kind of figure out how he should feel about this. That it's also like a very annoyed fumbling with buttons and such.
His stocks are laid out in the wrong order. It should be left, right, not right, left.
No, it's just basically as soon as he's like somewhat decent dressed, he's just walking out trying to fix the rest. Because he doesn't want to continue this line of conversation. It is very uncomfortable for him to get this personal.
I think he needed to hear some of that.
He did, yeah.
And as Horizon West steps out because, took a lot of drying, but he's got to go reapply some perfume now. So, what about you and the cat?
And she takes a moment, because I assume Horizon West is out of earshot now.
Yeah,
yes?
he's out now.
Yeah.
He said a little bit of an adieu and then got back to the party. The way he dressed, quite close to Cornelius, very, very studious, very organized.
Originally I was not entirely thrilled with the attention, but I must admit he's growing on me quite a bit. He's a very nice gentleman.
All right. And with Tally, I think we might need to get a hotel room. The house might be busy.
But you already live in a hotel room.
Pio?
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it Chagrat suggesting they get a hotel room because the house will be busy?
Sure, of course. Let's give them all their privacy.
Yeah.
And we can enjoy a little ourselves, too.
big rumble. It's like when you hear a gator doing his mating call. All right,
I
then.
can't say that I'm familiar with that.
No, you never watched nature documentaries? They do this
Yeah, but okay.
ridiculously deep, bellowing rumble thing that splashes the water around them. They like to use it for horror films as well when they have a crocodile. Like it's the noise they use when they're sneaking up. Alright, let's get rid of this party then. Get back to town.
Sounds wonderful. Hmm.
Sir, would you like your egg wrapped and brought with you?
Yes, I just put it aside. I'll get the rest later.
We could also deliver it to your home.
Dude, trust the egg with a goblin, an owlbear, and a...
And not a cat.
yeah.
Because it's not a fucking cat.
It's a cat.
Also, I'm not too sure I want to tell this guy, yes, to the old brothel. Things make it all weird at that point. No, I'll collect it later. It's all good, thank you.
Very good, sir. And then, dressed, refreshed, Tallgreen did not join you. He did not emerge from the cubicle. It's back to the party. A nice quiet walk through the gardens. The sun mostly gone now. Bit of a night sky. Bit cloudy. Really fucking cold. Just bitterly cold at this point, and there is this general mugginess of just moisture in the air. For some, that's not much of a problem.
So it's the worst kind of cold.
Yeah. But, you know, it's autumn. And then back into the party where it's warm, it's tense. The moment you guys set foot inside, you realize, oh, there's a change here. There are new guests at the back end with quite an entourage of armed knights.
Oh dear.
There is the host and hostess. There are some gesticulations. There are some oaths being called out. And after you step forward closer and maybe make a few inquiries, the man has explained. Yes, oh, returning champions. Yes, it looks like our Baron has decided to grace our presence. And his pet potion maker.
Oh, no.
There is a few, like, generally the room is quiet now, but there are some swears and oaths being said. No business here, generally. It's not allowed by trees and whatnot. As the host approaches. Do you all get closer to get a better hearing?
Unobtrusively.
You know, for fun, roll me stealth. On the bright side, no one's at disadvantage. As you're just trying to mingle despite being really bloody conspicuous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cornelius kind of hold back and try and pick it up afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I see Rain go forward and I try to follow because I'm better than her.
Yeah, thanks to her, you managed to get into quite nice. Just bit of slinky movements, managing to weave through the crowd, and you're just sort of stumbling along, but no one's looking that far down.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, oh yeah, so the idiot dwarf is being...
People expect this of a dwarven noble. They're never going to be that gentle. This is the boar hen. You've no business here, no invite, and you're banned from my place. And where do you think you are getting off calling yourself the fucking king? And then the Baron speaks. Well, I have full authority to enter this establishment right now. First of all, I'd like you to read down this and sign. No need having your family in the line for the crown. And also your daughter, Helvetica. The orc struck her camp. We can only hope that she died defending it, instead of being taken captive. My condolences, Sir Borhin.
Oh, I guess I did not bring her luck, huh?
Oh,
You see a
dear.
man crushed. Borhen was all bluff and bravado against the Baron here, and then just that news. It's not pleasant knowing where half-orcs came from for the most part. And to have that afflicted on your family.
Yeah.
Nasty. Especially that they've been running around with half-ogres as well. And then there's just the demonic Tanaruks.
Oh boy, yeah. Rain is trying very much to look like she didn't hear that.
And the Baron just watches this crushed man continue to hold the agreement in his hands. I don't want to be here all day, so put your signature there and I can leave and your party can continue. And he is flanked by knights in pink tabards. And a scholarly man who just seems to be not all that invested in the situation. Like, he's not looking flippant or anything, just that neutral thing of, well, I'm here with the boss. Around you, the party very slightly starts to go again, because, well, this situation isn't something anyone wants to get involved in.
Okay, sorry to interrupt, but you're all roboting for me.
Oh. Okay, I'll change servers here, just... Server settings. Let's try US East. Testing, testing. Any
Yeah.
better?
Testing, testing.
1,
Yep,
2,
it's all
3.
good.
Any better for you, Scotch?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, saying the party around you is slowly starting to get back in motion, very slightly. No one wants to get involved with the scene at the main door. So Sir Borhen is on his own here. Even the wife knows that she should be mingling and making talks. So with that, we're going to give you guys a moment to think about what you're doing, because I'll be back in a second.
Right? Yeah, I've got to take the chance to go to the bathroom as well.
Should we help the guy? I kind of want to help the guy, but I don't know how I can help the guy.
Yeah, this is one of the situations where, well, first off, are you guys close enough? Or was it just Malgern and I that came over?
You and Malgern, I think.
Yeah.
I think it might have been loud enough, judging by how it was described, that you might be able to, you would know what's going on, possibly.
Actually, I think I have a spell for this situation.
Oh?
Well, just to tell Cornelius, so that in theory Cornelius can tell the rest of y'all.
All right.
Would it work? No, I don't really think so. Nah.
All right, back again.
Welcome back.
Well, I guess the question is now, are we about to volunteer for a potential rescue mission?
That is entirely possible. I don't think sending a message would work very well, because I was tempted to message Cornelius and tell him what's going on.
Yeah, you
Tell him to
just
get his
walk
butt
over and
over.
tell him.
Actually, I'd probably just try to catch his eye and gesture for him to come over.
Hmm.
That's probably what I would try to do. Because
Yeah.
that wouldn't be at all weird, because they work together.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine you fill in Cornelius.
Yeah. So I'd call him over and then tell him what's up.
Hmm. This is the part where we can't really do much because we kind of need the DM to be in on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now we approximately know what's going on.
Yeah. But yeah, this is also where people could. Is this where the wizard's going to have to get you guys into trouble again?
Quite probably, because Cornelius is the one that's more able to actually make the move to talk and go, oh,
You're the high society man in this
Yeah.
society.
You kind of are, yeah.
And also, so you could keep going to say, "Yeah, well, we're in this trouble thanks to Cornelius. Thank Cornelius why we're being lowered into the acid in the Ark Caverns.
no, because, I mean, in this case, I mean, it's being discussed, at least by the dwarf and the cleric. Everybody else
Oh,
is
yeah. I'm
separate.
just joking. I'm just saying that would be the track record.
And I'm back in play.
All right,
Welcome
so
back.
TLDR, what we decided is Rain would try to catch Cornelius's eye and then he would come over.
I mean, that's never worked yet.
Yeah.
He's got his eye on someone else now.
Yeah, Droop. What's my goblin boy doing today?
Look what they've done to my boy.
But yeah, that would be the basic idea, would be to gesture to Cornelius and let him know what's going on.
Alright. It's up to you guys if the signal works.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
already come over. We did that while
because-
you were gone.
Yeah, it's basically because everyone can read the room that something is going on, so Cornelius is curious as to what is actually happening.
And now you know.
Yeah. Well, that is suddenly a dire situation.
Due to the lack of music, we can assume that Castelli and Congrats also came over to talk.
Mm-hmm.
No point being the only couple dancing.
Oh yeah, by the way, because the things were roboting and such, did he sign the paper or did he just throw the guy out?
He's just standing there with the paper. Broken man.
I
Okay.
point out to Cornelius and I say, okay, Cornelius, if he looks like he's going to sign that paper, I would go over and consider offering our services for a possible rescue free of charge.
Let's go and find out what exactly happened.
Yeah.
Find out what happened and if the actual situation and if it is a rescue operation, we can go in and do that. Because I think that is something that while normally we would want to get paid for, I think the situation calls for a little bit of tax.
Send the dwarf.
No,
Yeah,
that's why
I
Cornelius.
can do it.
Cornelius.
I seem to be getting into a lot of interesting social encounters these days.
I'm just thinking, think of a track record of Malgern and Cornelius. And their social interactions.
We're the perfect team. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, which one has had some dubious successes and which one has had none?
You're right, said the dwarf.
Aha! So you admit it.
This is actually a situation where Cornelius knows how to handle himself.
Are you sure?
Well, you've got a fair idea of the situation.
Yeah. All right. Start walking up there.
Well, no. Hold on. Wait and see if he looks like he's gonna sign. If he doesn't look like he's gonna sign it, stay back. Let him handle it on his own. If he looks like he's gonna break down and sign it, go on and get him some distance so he doesn't get pressured into signing that.
And among her slow rotation around the guests, to remind them it's a damn party, the Lady Boarhen makes her way to your little clique. Sorry about this, I hope you're enjoying. Splendid display you all made there. Absolutely wonderful. I never thought anyone would ever wear that, Miss... I'm sorry, you didn't have a surname for you.
It's just simply Rain, and well, I did feel maybe it would be
Okay,
fine
simply
to...
Rain, whatever you say.
No, she does not say fuck off.
You might as well.
But it did seem very curious, so I decided to step out of my comfort zone.
Yes, My husband there was the one who came across it. Oh. Night's taking a turn. But don't let that impact your enjoyment. I'm hoping we all walk away here with smiles and happy memories. You can tell from her face she does not fucking mean that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Just saying, like, with you guys, she's not putting on as much of a face as she did with the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, then again, we all know. I mean, holy bananas. With that kind of news, you're not going to be thrilled.
So, the invitation was enough of a request, but I feel like I'm going to make another one on you tonight.
I feel like we have an idea what this request might be.
It's a difficult thing to say. You can see, like, she is really trying to sort of deep breaths, keep calm. Like, there's no hint of a tear or anything, but just, you know, she's got the hands very tight together. I would like you to save my daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this one I'm fine with him just agreeing on, yes, we'll do that.
We'll need
We'd be
just
happy
about
to
as
help.
much information as we can get, and then we will be off.
But, thank you. They'll be bored. Sorry, I'm just realizing what I'm going to have to do now. I'm having to put a price on my daughter's life.
No.
No,
Rain
that's
just kind of
understood.
gives away. Don't worry about all of that. We just need to. We'll be going and we'll try to bring her back.
Let's get your daughter home safe first.
Exactly.
Then we can ransom her, like true nobles.
So,
No.
Yeah, of course.
Cornelius,
Some-
no.
Get the water bottle.
No, Cornelius and Malgern just lean together saying, Banner Lord, Banner Lord.
Wait, no, this is Cornelius. Get the cheap beer.
Yeah.
Rain just kind of does a little bit of a wave and says, "Now's not the time. Don't worry about that. We'll."
The entrance still very tense. Do you know what he's been handed there?
Yes, unfortunately.
And that man wants to be our king. He is not fit to rule.
That has
I
been
agree.
word.
Oh, I might as well continue the introductions. Beside him there is Mr. Ranoman, the court alchemist. To those close to him, Belandric, but in this house he is Ranoman. Cornelius? Looks like your kind of guy, to be honest. Like, you've no idea in the personality, but the way he's dressed, like, he's not ostentatious, but he's formal. Clean beard, presentable. Well, enjoy yourselves, please.
Yes, thank you, lady, as I do a courtesy bow.
Should we try and help your husband to recover a little bit?
I'm not being rude when I say this. Please understand that. This is something for the families of Raxis. I never imagined my daughter or ourselves becoming part of the royal family, so he probably will sign, and that is fine. But to put that in his hands and tell him that is my problem. I will continue a circuit of the guests, and then I will join my husband. But please, don't feel you have to walk up. It would not serve you.
All right.
And then she departs.
Well, Zazzle has a really stupid thought.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Does it look like Zarzul has a stupid thought?
I imagine he can never fucking hide it. I just
the-
picture his face like an open book.
Zarzul?
Zazzle's thinking about going up there, taking the paper and saying, "Oh, you want my autograph?" and signing it and handing it to him.
No.
No,
he-
no,
Zarzul.
no.
Before he even if he even take one step toward, yeah, basically.
Yep, it's gonna be Rain and Cornelius.
As soon as
Oh man, why can't he have fun?
as soon as we see the twinkle in his eye, we're all there to stop it.
Oh, there we go. Okay, then.
Wow.
How's that? More accurate?
You are. I don't know exactly what you have in plan, but whatever it is, no. Absolutely no.
Zazzle sighs dejectedly. So what's your plan?
Ouch.
We'll do exactly
Hit them right in the
what she
fucking
said.
heart, why don't you?
We are going to do exactly what she said, and we are going to let him handle it.
So what do you
I
guys
think
get
we
up
can-
to then, since you're not doing that? Indeed.
Well,
Well, it certainly sours the mood.
I was supposed to say, are we all sticking together now, or?
Well, guess we're going to have to leave town a lot sooner than anticipated.
Yes.
Mm.
And quite possibly in a different direction than anticipated, but that's fine. Because that reminds me, I will need to, at least by the morning, speak to you, Cornelius.
I'll have 2 visits to make tomorrow, but I'll be all set.
Can I find a kobold that's wandering around?
There are a few, yeah.
Can I get them to pass on a message that I may not be able to get to their not problem right away? Something else might have just come up. Seeing they don't have any problems, this shouldn't be a problem.
He looks confused, but agrees. But if we leave it as a not problem, then eventually it will become a problem.
Possibly, I will get to it as soon as I can.
Just
I have
something.
no idea when that's going to be.
Luckily, this is not any of my decision to make, so I'll tell the boss. Although I'm not really telling him anything. I think we both agree.
Yep, no.
Yes,
There's no problem. So
You're not
there's
immediately
no-
helping with the thing that isn't happening.
Yes.
And that's somehow going to make it worse. Okay.
Yeah.
See, Cornelius is going cloak and dagger. The kobold is going hammer and tongs.
This is what I have to work with.
I mean, I enjoy the kobold society of Raxis. Well, as Horizon speaks up, he's having made his presence subtle, but he approaches Rain. That's taking the
I
steam out
think-
of the night.
It has. And I suppose we've gotten a whole lot busier in a very short time span.
It's a little forward of me, but I think you'll appreciate that. Perhaps we make this night a bit more enjoyable then,
Agreed.
since we won't have another one possibly for a while.
Mm. We are going to be very busy very soon.
I was
Would
thinking
be
we leave the
busy.
party early.
Yes, actually, I agree as well. And I look at Cornelius. So, you have a message, yes? So in theory, if you need to reach me, you can.
I show her the shell.
Oh yeah, I forgot he has a shell too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The shells.
All right.
Our 2 shells. We gave the necromancer the 3rd one.
Yeah.
We have a hotline to a necromancer just in case.
Yep. I mean, I'm sure it'll be important when you do, but please don't interrupt too often.
Well, only if it's absolutely necessary.
He offers his
Cornelius.
arm.
She takes it.
Aww.
Cornelius, you can see patient, quite obviously. She has not approached you, though.
Mm.
And there is just a general tenseness in the air. Again, like, the party is going, but it's now quiet murmurs. And no one's trying to pay attention to what's going on at the door.
Guess Cornelius is gonna have to go and talk to patients.
There we go, that's much better.
Was that patients talking?
Yep.
Okay. Excuse me?
Well, you walked right on up to me now. That's better. So just standing
Oh.
there, looking
Well,
lost and
trust me.
helpless.
Well, trust me, this evening was going to be a lot more awkward if I had not been standing there.
Oh,
I do
well.
not know how, but I'm quite certain it would have been. And I dare not think of the consequences.
There you go, Zarzul, get him. Kill that man.
Yep.
What?
I'm just picturing what happened if Zarzul did walk over. Throw him in the pile with the rest of the dead kobolds. It's like 14 die every day just from living. So, you approach me,
Yes.
now what are you going to do? Oh, that's adorable. You didn't know.
Can't say I did, no. It is quite an unusual experience.
You would have expected to see an expression like this on the Tabaxis rather than a tiefling. It's like when a cat looks at a small bird with a limp.
I like how Kiara looks at the lizards out the windows. I could just picture that. Yeah.
Do you remember where we left off?
So was Cornelius actually naked, or like you said, does he wear the nobleman's attire?
It's up to you,
of
I
some
think.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah.
It's your
Well, I
character.
imagine-
What did he wear?
Yeah, he would definitely have decency clothes.
Yeah, knee length.
He wasn't.
He's got like one of those old-timey striped bathing suits.
Just
I
the
was
good
taking
old
a
frilly
bath after all.
pantaloons.
Yeah.
I mean, it is called a bathing suit.
Yep. Which is
Well,
hilarious
that's
when you
really-
think about the fact that probably everyone else bollock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is the moment where Cornelius kind of thinks for a moment, and it goes like, because it doesn't make sense, but half naked in water. Well, naked in your case, but
Oh, he needs help.
She brings up her hands and it is the most patronizing little clap she's doing.
At this point, the only help he can call upon is Zazzle or Malgern.
He
He doesn't need to call upon them. Obviously, it's the bro code. You guys are sworn to help him.
Oh no.
You know he's
He
in
brings up
trouble.
a good point.
And you've traveled together for a couple of months now.
But on the other hand, they do see that the woman is smiling. She's not stopped talking to him.
They
There's
understand
no
the
problem
subtext
yet.
of the smile, though.
The
Cornelius doesn't, but they do.
let's see here. Hold on. Things are going fine.
Castelli also understands. She can see the tail movement.
Malgern says things are going fine. Look at Corny, he's got a date.
Well, we can
But
change
I
that
do
last
bel-
memory. Update it.
But I do believe that I had, in some way, promised a visit to our current abodes.
Good.
You gonna take her back to your house so soon?
Now maybe make
It's
that an
not like
offer.
this party's. It was not like this party's going on much longer.
And maybe turn that into an offer now.
Will there be
take
punch
that.
and pie?
Yeah, basically taking her hand, taking his hand out for her to take her hand in.
She looks at the hand, looks at you, a bit of a raised eye. Say you want me with you. Show some spine.
Poor Cornelia.
I mean, I don't think spying is what I'm liking the most after all. I did shout down an Oni about to kill me, so sure, come with me.
That's much better. She takes your hand and her grip is a lot firmer than yours, Cornelius. Like,
Yeah,
not
he's only
painful,
just barely-
but whenever she latches on, you feel... you're not getting away from her until she lets go.
Oh god.
Good. Let's go, then. You lead. And she has a little chuckle at that. Meanwhile, these two were visited by the Lady Borhin and make their way across to you guys. And of course, Cornelius can bring along his date if he wants.
Can Malgern bring his date?
Malgern is oblivious.
In case
what
you hadn't
Ushane is
noticed,
laying
Ushane
down.
is not actually allowed in the party.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, that kind of makes things a little difficult. Didn't pick up on that either.
He was just the entertainment.
I can't imagine why.
He was the clown for the birthday party. You don't let the
Yeah.
clown wander around. So, as the guy brings up his visor a bit, the ladies told us.
Yes.
There were a couple at the camp. Do you have a map? And you do. You finally have a map.
Yeah.
Gasp.
Map.
Yep, let's move you all to the map.
It sometimes helps to have a map.
Sometimes, but not often. Yes, the camp. Let's see here. Let's just go with a square. I could do with an X, but that's 2 strokes.
Are we not worth it?
Yeah, the camp was out here by the Ulvitz Barrows. That was where she was stationed. There were about 12 others. Then there's all the... you go down with the squires and then the mercenary soldiers. There was a good 40, 50 people at the camp there. We left about a week ago. No, earlier than that. But it was a big place. It's a good few days out travel. and it's likely that the orcs would have been probably a Korriban village. They burnt that place to the ground, but they've just been making use of some of the stone walls and holding up there for a laugh. And we also have gone into the barrows. There's hill country, which is just filled with ambush potential, and then there's the swampland as well. Not a pleasant place. You'll probably get some better evidence if you get there. So, is that all you
Sorry,
need?
you cut out at the end. Get better evidence at what?
You probably get better evidence when you get there yourselves. Tracks and whatnot. But considering it's probably been a few days, and then it'll be a few days to get out, so... Anything else you need of us? We were told to be at your disposal for information.
Would you happen to have a spare horse?
Afraid not. Heavy requisitions.
Right.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Do you have a one-horse cart at the very least?
There's probably one available in town. The carts haven't been as heavily controlled. We could probably send my squire out. Or would you rather get a hold of one yourself?
No, that would be fine if we could acquire one with it's not too much trouble. I suspect we're gonna be needing some of our resources for this expedition up ahead.
Yeah, alright. Any other questions? Problems? From anyone else, maybe?
Yeah.
I'm not there, so.
Well, you sort of are. This is before you've just left.
Oh, okay.
Just for simplicity, so everyone can be involved. Same way that Cornelius has walked up hand in hand with a tiefling. And she's just giving a slight smile to everyone.
When Malgurin thinks she's not looking, he just kind of nudges Cornelius, gives him a thumbs up.
He's not noticing.
Of course not, yeah.
I just love him doing this while they're talking about the kidnapped daughter.
Yeah.
Again, oblivious. Like,
Her life's in danger. Ay.
Hey, I mean, this shit happens every day.
Yeah.
Or Malgurn.
Sadly, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking war.
Yep.
Some of the people who are
Some
quiet here
war.
might have lost one of their relatives because of this. So, any other questions, problems, anything we can help you with?
Malkern.
Hmm?
Those mercenaries you met.
Yeah, what about them?
Do you think those would still be for hire?
I would assume so.
That's a great idea, Cornelius.
And I think the only thing we can perhaps request is some sort of dispensation to help recruiting a small band of extra hands to help,
Hmm.
if that is within your resources.
Not within mine, of course. I'll have a word with the lady afterwards. We could probably get a small war chest. Probably around 500 gold, maybe a bit more.
Hmm.
I mean, there's an open bounty on orc tusks anyway.
Well, I suppose a small war band would probably be able to be targeted to a reasonable price.
Or you could just hire a champion.
Oh, psh, no.
I'm sure he'd be all over that.
Just bring him in, riding on the one-horse cart by himself.
No, we can't have two Dragonborns here. We need to fill out the diversity cast right now. So we need the Hobgoblin.
You're not going to get a stipend because of it. You're not going to get some government grant just because you're tolerant. Trying to remember what this other square was for. Whether it was a mistake or not.
The one over by Borstad?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Trying to remember. I think that one might just be a mistake.
And of course, if you happen to have any spare packed rations.
Again, that's knighthood can't share that out. I'm afraid. There are some things we're allowed to release to levied companies and whatnot, but in this case, horses, food, healing potions, priority. Sorry about that.
It's alright, don't worry about it.
Defend. Just figuring out our options. Is there anything that you have in mind that could aid us in our assistance?
Personally, I'd keep it small just so you don't rile up the warbands. Do any of you know how orcs really work?
We've had a couple of run-ins, but anything that you've seen specifically for the ones here would be appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these ones have not been acting standard. How it is, they usually have... Well, they're meant to have sort of... yeah, I can't really talk on that one. Sorry, I was just thinking of a worst case scenario. But for prisoners, they usually... these ones, maybe some entertainment. The Tanarooks especially, they are incredibly violent. They need conflict constantly. We've seen signs of them just hacking apart the orcs are traveling with because they don't have a target. So there's a good chance that if they kept anyone alive, they're more likely to be thrown into a makeshift arena or something to fight it out, just for their entertainment.
Hmm.
In other words, time's of the essence.
Well,
Certainly so.
if for other cases it is as well, I just don't want to actually state that one.
Yes. We know.
There's also all kinds of rituals and sacrifices, and I think around this area we were also seeing some of the Alchemians, so they might be the ones who actually did it.
Hmm.
We've ran into that.
In which case, it could be even worse. We've seen that they're people eaters. It might be the case that she might not even survive, so that might be okay then, compared to the alternatives. In that case, we'd need any personal effects you can find. Sword, armor, should have a
Right.
should have a shawl that was a little bit enchanted, so it might have survived or been taken as a trophy.
At this point, Connie is considering, is there any way you can use a personal effect to track someone?
Sadly, no. If you want to find a person, you need to have personal knowledge of them.
Yeah, you have to know the item.
Item of a person, and you haven't had any of her personal effects there except for the thing in your hand, so you could scry with that and you'll find out, oh, it's in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't realize there was so much fluff here.
It all depends on how well you've kept it. We might be able to use Wolfgang as tracker.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, Cornelius has spent most nights with it pressed against his head on the pillow, stroking it lovingly, building a small shrine.
And now it's just going to get tossed out because that's a new item.
Damn it. I need a new night woman.
Yeah, that wouldn't really be, it'd be worth trying once we get closer, but yeah, at the moment it wouldn't really help.
Yeah. Also, probably maybe stay off the roads. it's still going to be dangerous in the forests and the fields and the hills and whatnot. It's just they watch for roads.
Hmm.
And there's not really a dedicated. I mean, let's bring out that map again. I mean, obviously they're sort of stuck at the forts, but they've slipped past. They burned down. It's not a proper sort of unified front. There's just too many. And then we have the problems of the ones coming down from the south.
Yeah, there's going to be. Are there any? Well, I suppose the Orcs would even keep an eye on roads that would be going through forests, I presume.
It's not heavily forested on the way there, but there's some scrubland. There's a few hills and whatnot, and generally, if you're out there and they can see you, you'll be able to see them. And there's still a few of our camps around that should hopefully still be standing, so it's not entirely defenseless.
Well, I would be asking where they were, but I presume that would be putting those camps in danger in case we should meet an unfortunate end.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's understandable.
So, good luck.
Thank you.
And of course, it's not just for her, please. If anyone else you could bring back.
Of course.
Enjoy the wine.
Thank you.
And they step off away. Patience rolling a bit of hair in her finger. Feel almost guilty now, but not the fun kind.
Yeah, it's just it would appear that there's going to be it's going to be more casualties added to that list. Hopefully, I'm not going to be a number among them.
We need to acquire more diamonds.
Yeah, about that. Diamonds might be expensive at the moment.
Well, we know that.
The diamond mine has been taken over by orcs.
Oh, great.
I do have a job to clear it, but I don't know whether we've got time at the moment.
No, I will say yes. We need to handle this first. Diamond mine second.
I might just suggest that we try and avoid a situation where those diamond will have to be needed then.
Let's
Unfortunately-
see if we can...
Unfortunately, there is a current situation coming towards you, which you imagine was going to happen anyway. It is several servants carrying a large, thin, rectangular-looking thing underneath a sheet.
Hmm?
The lady told us that you might need to recognize her on sight.
Ah,
As they pull it away
Yes.
to show a portrait of Helvetica.
yes, that would be quite helpful. Thank you.
And then they're just noticing all the odd looks they're getting from the people around. And they throw her the cloth again and walk away. I mean, there's probably a better way to do that, but then they make these bloody pictures so big.
Yeah.
Zazul's going to study that portrait and burn it into his little memory. Damn it, we're not taking that with us.
All right. You managed to burn 9 fire damage into your tiny little brain. You've forgotten your mother, father, and most of your extended family, but now you remember Helvetica's face.
Okay.
To be fair, you can just think of any kobold and you're
Yeah,
probably
any
be on
kobold
the same.
works. No, of course, that's Bollocks. But yeah, it's easy enough to remember.
Hey, I'm a kobold. These human figures take a bit to remember, okay?
I mean, you recognize the colors. That'll get you through.
Nah, I've been fooled with that one before, thank you very much.
When did that happen?
A while back. Let's just say it was rather embarrassing. Long blonde hair does not make a female, apparently.
But it could make any kind of elf.
Yeah, I only started picking up after the pointy ears after that as well.
Also, hello, my name's Patience.
Hello,
yes.
I am Zazul.
Hello properly. I'm
Greetings.
right.
You look so much better without the bones covering you.
I do, yes. Then again, that's not very hard.
She looks like a stallion and her eyes rise up. Congrats. Well, you're ambitious.
I
Yeah, she
follow
is.
my heart.
I'll be taking him tonight. As she just holds up the hand she's clasping of Cornelius's.
Rain looks very amused.
Of course.
What was that from the kobold?
Zazul's going to wave and say, have fun!
I'm hoping we will. But it's like anything with these scholars, he might need instructions first.
Ow, ow, ow. When's it gonna be my turn? Ow, ow.
Oh, that goes so many ways.
That's all it is.
It's just that scene in Deadpool, Happy Women's Day. Nope,
Yeah.
nope.
No,
Yeah, International Women's Day. But hey, as we see in Christmas, he learned something new about himself.
Where'd you hide that ring? Well, the party splinter away at this point. The party itself doesn't, the party do.
Yeah.
Yes.
The party was never gathered in the first place.
yeah. So we go our separate ways, and thus ends the rescue at Raxis.
Yep.
Well,
As you
now
Tried
we're
our
actually.
best.
Well, see, now we actually are going to try and rescue
Yeah.
near Raxis.
Like it was. Oh, he said the thing.
It's the title drop.
Yeah. Yes.
However,
This is literally the title drop episode.
there is a problem, Cornelius, as you walk with your new lady. You're walking towards your house.
Mm-hmm. I'm also aware that there's going to be a problem inside. That's
Oh.
something important.
Somebody might already have a lady friend inside.
That's not the issue. I need to share the room with someone else.
Yes.
But there might be some rooms available right now. He's going to have a big boy bed now.
Salia and Kagrat say they were getting a hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
No, he's not talking about that.
What?
Do you
Yeah.
not know who else sleeps in his room?
Nobody else does, right?
Wow, she's total.
She's forgotten.
Wow.
Wow, that his
That-
feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
His little
I said
green
Droop.
feelings
Yeah,
are
yeah,
hurt.
she was referring to Droop.
I said Droop. I
Oh.
said Droop since Castalia's room is going to be empty, Droop can go in there.
Oh, Droop should not go in there.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about the Rain's room.
But Rain's going to possibly end up in that room eventually.
Oh, what, you're not gonna go through the nobleman's room?
I don't know. It depends on how the night goes.
True.
Why are all the walls clawed up? Why are there burn marks on the ceiling and floor? This bed's broken. I think the floor might be breaking here.
I mean, that might have just as been as it were.
Yeah, he's just huge. Doesn't say anything except he's big. But yes, you arrive. And she is broadly smiling. Also, Malgern and Zarzul are probably with you. They didn't have dates.
Well, that depends if they stayed behind and drinking, but I'm guessing they also read the room.
Did they?
Yeah. I don't know.
I
I
can't
mean,
imagine.
if the bar's still open, I'd be.
It's up to
free
you two.
drinks, man. Yeah, they're gonna keep pouring. I'd stay there until they kick me out.
Now, here's my question. Did Cornelius and Patience leave at the same time as Rain and Horizon?
Wow, it took her time to remember his name.
No, my words aren't wordy.
I mean, that's up to you guys, really. At this point, just the party is splintering away. Your dates have interest in going elsewhere.
Because if that is the case, Rain would highly suggest that Malgern and Zarzul leave.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna listen to Rain.
Fair point.
Would Zarzul follow the suggestion?
If Zarzul leaves, Malgern might follow.
Zarzul, you
Blind-
can see that there
he
are
would
some
listen.
excitable, shivering kobolds nearby.
Oh dear.
Zarzul, there's going to be a lot of walking tomorrow. You might want to wake up early so that you can go to the market and get a stash of some good stuff.
I already have a brick or two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
got
loaded,
plenty.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, you might want a little extra for the road.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I'm pretty sure I put it in my inventory. How much do I have? I got like a month's worth or something.
Yeah.
Hang on, where was that bard core of when I get high?
I told you about Zarzul's theme for this.
Yeah.
I'm sure I put
Meanwhile,
it
the
down in
Bard
my
Core
list.
for Gangsta Paradise is beautiful. I want to hear someone do those lyrics some commenter came up with.
I also found out that the real the Bardcore version of Real Slim Shady is basically Constantine's version.
Yeah, it's a bit weak, that one. Doesn't have enough instrumental going on.
Yeah, I've got 3 lots of more pipe weed.
He's stoked.
I got there was 3 different types, and I got some of each. But yes, I'm going to see Malgern sort of start drinking and decide it might be time for Malgern to leave before he causes us problems with the nobles.
I mean, he's kind of safer here than anywhere else because there's no way Ushane can get in.
This is true, but Malgern is around alcohol and people who could insult by accident without thinking.
Maybe I'll just include a bit of inspiration from Yakuza Kiwami, and now it's Ushane everywhere mode.
Oh God.
Malgern walks down the street, a door opens, there's Ushane. He goes a little further into the marketplace, poking head out of the radishes, there's Ushane.
For some reason, there's a big fucking giant orange traffic cone in the street. He's not
It's
actually
Ushane.
under that, he's behind you.
Malgern is standing in the middle of a field. Ushane drops in from above.
He was carried by the rock in the area.
You're riding in the wagon, it's very quiet, too quiet, and then Ushane emerges from the horse.
Like it from Ace Ventura.
Just crawls out of the horse.
Hello. You look like shit, by the way, as he's clobbered and shit. And
Have you
so,
been avoiding me?
so on the walk out of the vulgar district, who is with who? We have our three couples, but are they going in the same direction? And we've still got Zarzul and Malgern. Do you try to make him leave, Zarzul? Do you try to reason with him?
My reasoning goes something like this. Hey, Malgern, it's time for us to go. Help me with this egg. It's really delicious. Grab a couple of bowls and let's head home.
Hmm. Hmm. Are you really selling me on it, though? Egg, huh?
Yeah, try some.
I mean, you could scoop some out, pour some vodka in.
Yeah, I could.
Have some high-intensity eggnog.
Mm.
I can't believe they actually went for that.
High intensity eggnog.
From a really big bird.
Yeah, I guess I would.
And
It is
so,
getting late.
and so the groups emerge. You have Castelli and Kagratz canoodling, making a scene of themselves. Cornelius and Patience. One has no idea, the other is thinking of what she'll say. Nay, demand. Rain and Horizon West as he starts to explain some of the architecture and art styles between the competing families. And then we have the parents, because we have Zarzul, Malgern, and a big egg between them.
That's
It's a good egg, though.
Just for fun, we'll hop back to City View. I mean, you're all at the Vulgars.
mm-hmm.
Oh.
So yeah, I'd go along with Horizon's plan.
Also, we've got to go check on your kitty. Make sure it hasn't done anything stupid.
Okay, yeah, he mentions the cat. Yeah, I'll go. That'll definitely get me to go.
So yeah, Rain very quickly finds herself way over in the entertainment district. So, and we have Castelli and Kagratz looking for a hotel. Who also find themselves in the entertainment district, to be honest. What's the odds? Most of them are packed out.
Don't really know, honestly.
Alright. So, we have our disposition of units. Now we go to the home view.
Oh, no.
Oh dear, my computer is complete. Oh, there we go.
No, it does that sometimes.
We have the old Cornelius token.
Nope, yeah, let's just... Get out, you imposter.
There is a smile developing on her face. You realize where you're walking towards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you'd learned the reputation of this place.
Oh yes, quite a bit after we rented this place, yes.
Although he never told Mother, Father had many nice things to say about it. I'm very surprised I don't have a sister walking around the city. just have these two chuckle fucks as well, who are just right there with them.
Making all flirting very awkward, which doesn't really matter because Cornelius is plenty awkward.
As you enter in, Zarzul, you see Orbison, some woman you've never met before, and Droop, playing cards at the table. You think for a moment there are coins there, but it's actually just little wooden chits.
This is fine. This is safe.
Pufflesworth is also sitting in one of the chairs, bored with his head resting on the table.
Aww. That's a good
This
one.
is fine.
Wolfgang and Lorna, laying on top of each other.
Oh.
Okay.
You don't...
Everything looks
Wolfgang
fine.
doesn't look entirely sure about it, but it's comfortable for a moment.
Okay. Nothing's being torn apart or destroyed by the look of things.
Everything looks fine.
Destroyed.
It doesn't... Yep. Hi!
Hi.
Oh, hey. Hey, little guy.
Yeah. Cornelius will be back in a sec. He's brought a new friend over for the night.
Oh, so did I. And he gets a slight punch to his arm for that. You want dealt in?
Yeah, why not?
I was teaching the little guy here how to deal with cards.
Okay.
And by the little guy, he means Pufflesworth.
No, I'm assuming he's trying to teach Droop. Is this a game I recognize?
Yeah, this is
Probably
very
not.
basic poker.
Okay, excellent.
There's no weird
sort
rules
of
being
know
called
what
out or anything, it's just a nice little shuffling. Although, you look at Orbison, man, those cards are moving fast.
Okay. Can I use perception to make sure that he's actually dealing from the top of the deck, not halfway through it and below? And
As you
wherever he
focus, you
feels like?
notice Drew point. I saw that time. Good job, good job. Yeah, pull it from the bottom here, not from the top.
Good, he's teaching him the proper rules.
That one's actually a little more force of habit. I try not to, though. It takes the fun out if you just cheat anyway. But yeah, now that Drew pointed out, you're able to focus. Yeah, you can see a few times, like he stops himself midway and then goes back to dealing properly.
Okay, Zazel's going to take notes. Oh, this guy's local, so he may know some of the local tricks. They change occasionally from region to region, so this is probably good things to know.
Meanwhile, the three of you are just standing outside for some reason. Like the door's open.
Yeah. But I can't really...
I have some egg here if you would like some.
That's a lot of egg.
You want some raw egg, sir?
Oh no, it has
It's
been cooked.
Okay.
But it's a runny egg.
Could I have grabbed some bread on the way back, just so I can use it for dipping and
Yeah, easy enough.
that sort of thing? Okay, cool.
Lorna slightly raised her head when you walk up Malgern. Checks that you exist, and then puts her head back down.
Yep, that's a cat.
Little menagerie you have here. Orbison gives Cornelius a look of patience, and then just little nod, sort of a, well done.
Yeah, Cornelius isn't exactly sure what that meant, so he just nods back.
Oh,
Probably just a
yeah.
common greeting.
Yeah, this is Amy. Mary. Sounds like Amy.
Good evening to you. Yes, this Patience.
Good, you remembered.
Of course I would. It would be rude not to.
Yes, it would. She smiled at Orbison. Hi, sir.
Ah, hello, Droop. Everything been going all right?
I kind of got a headache when I was working on my book, but so Orbison said I should learn some cards. It'll be fun, and it is. Papplesworth doesn't want to play, though. He's just really fucking sulking.
Yeah, I think that might be a little out of the reach for Bubblesworth.
He's the best.
I just mean, like, he doesn't play at all right now. He's just sort of sitting there. Droop even dares to poke him in the side. and just gets no response. He's doing that thing where the head's on there and the front paws are hanging in the air.
Aww.
Well, I'm guessing he's... I do wonder how he is going to react when Rain is going to come home with plus company.
They're probably not coming home tonight.
Probably best for her then.
Is this your apprentice?
Yes.
As she notes more of the fact that you and Droop kind of had matching outfits, in a way. Oh, that's adorable.
Don't laugh too hard. He's got some rather interesting spells.
Mind Pike.
We don't hear that. So what have you taught him then?
Well, I taught him some of the most essential.
I don't get them right, but it's my fault.
Healing sword.
It is quite all right. That's quite all right, Droop. You've only been doing this for 6 months. As long as you keep practicing, that's okay. And besides, what you have created is quite astounding.
Speaking of, let's get Droop's sheet out just for a little double check here. Yes, yes, very nice.
Dark vision.
I was working on this one again.
False fife.
A small wooden fife materializes in the hand, but when it doesn't make a sound.
Even
Get
if
it to
play
work.
Well, just keep trying.
Yes, you stay down here and keep trying. Hello. Okay, I'll keep trying. So, you guys want to deal in a hand, or do you have better plans tonight?
Well, let me go grab a bottle of wine.
We have better plans tonight.
Is that basically where she's still holding on to Cornelius as he's about to walk away?
Pretty much, yeah. She says, "Oh, wine would be a great idea, though. Let's go." And she's leading you first up the stairs.
Okay.
Well, Gurren doesn't have anything better to do, so.
Hey, stout man.
If you didn't hear, he went. Huh.
Yes.
Yeah, getting led up to the Cornelius' room.
I'm kind of just watching all this going, yeah.
Well, she doesn't know where. She just leads you upstairs.
Yeah. And he's leading the correct way.
Well,
Now, would Cornelius ironically say, so this is where the magic happens? Would that actually be something
I don't
he
know.
said?
Would he?
He might if he's referring to something in his book or something.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I mean. This is after all where he has been scribing spells in. So technically, that is where the magic would happen.
Probably in reference to the desk.
Yes.
Oh, I got a much more horrible vision of that's being said.
And I just heard PO in the background. She's like, "Thanks, I hate it."
Yeah.
I just hear the tiniest.
Well, you're at the door, Cornelius. It's time to make a
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't be saying that. That's way too confident. I think at this point, I don't think he has any idea what to say in this situation. So it would just be opening the door and
As you're unlocking it, she is right up against you and whispers, "So this is where magic happens?" Oh, it was worth it for that noise.
yeah. I wish I could high five you right now, Corvus.
Well, I was
We
wishing
make
you
it
hadn't
this
fucking
together.
said that, because that's what she was going to say in the first place.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess two minds alike, huh?
Do you know what you need to have a magical day? A magical night. But when you open the door, she spots the desk, and she goes away from you and goes to the desk.
I'm not even insulted. Because that's exactly what Cornelius would have done had it been reversed.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
She pulls, a quill out from an ink pot, gives it a whiff. This is proper work. Oh, this is beautiful. I've been stuck with having to import anything that was worthwhile. There is nothing more than remedial than the tools I have in this city, and this is glorious.
By the gods.
As she leans back against the desk, she narrows her eyes at you. I want to see it. Show me it.
I pull out the magic book.
You
Spell
did.
book.
That was the correct answer.
Yes, I know. I know what wizard porn is.
And we're going to end tonight's session there. We don't know what happened with Rain and Horizon West. We pretty much know what happened with Castalia and Congrats. We don't know what's going to happen with Patience and Cornelius, but that's the end of tonight's session because we're at 3
So
hours.
that's where we're gonna end wizard porn.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Be careful, wizard porn. It has no sense of right or wrong. You might enter that room and just find there's a horrible gelatinous mess of limbs whirling at high speed.
Oh, that's terrifying.
That's what happens when wizards mate.
That's fucking terrifying.
So yeah, we'll be back next week, I hope. Yes?
Yes.
Alrighty then. I'm going to
Yep,
press the
should be.
button.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah, you're the
Unless I end up something lost.
Yeah, you're a wandering man.
Yep.
Alrighty, now to click the button that says end the session, because this is a nice place to leave off before any of the prep work.